take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Slide, 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 slide. You finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide. I like you got some skate. Skates on, skates on, skate. I like you got on some skate. I like you got on some skates. 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 Subscribe for the chat. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We back in the building. I see y'all in the comments rapping. I know what time it is. That cane juice is biting right now. And matter of fact, I seen somebody in here. How about, hold up 1 second. Let me know if everything looks good. Sounds good. Anything is everything. Go on and put that 100 in the cash out right there. You see it. $ Coach Hayes football. We on time, baby. We on time. I don't want to hear it. So let me know everything looks good, sounds good. We ready to rock and roll, man. We're going to make it happen, man. That's right. Hey, oh yeah, mira, man. Que pasa? The cane juice biting. Let me get that. Anyway, man, it's an exciting time, man. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back for the jump off. Last week had to take care of some things because if I didn't, y'all might not have seen me no more. For real, for real. Y'all, I might have been cellmates with Diddy or something. I'm gonna leave that right there. But anyway, man, we in the building, man. We in the place to be. Canes Talk Live is usually on Wednesdays, but I'm so excited. I did it today on Tuesday because I'm that excited about it. A lot of great news going on, also some sad news, and I'll go ahead and get that out the way. Darius Hayes, no relation, but I still call him nephew, was in a tragic accident in Largo, Florida. You guys probably have already known about this. Ended up being in a car accident in Largo, Florida, and 3 people end up passing away through the accident. He did not. He has been released from the hospital. I think as of today, excuse me, as of today. And I don't know the extent of injuries or anything like that, but what I did hear that there was nothing, there was no like drugs or alcohol involved in the accident from either driver. And unfortunately, 3 people passed away in the other car. It was a 78-year-old lady and 2 children, a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, unfortunately. And again, our prayers go out to Darius Hayes, as well as those other 3 members of the family, as well as another person who was injured. And I just want to say this too to Kane Nation real quick. You know, going through the timeline, and I've been seeing a lot of prayers up for Darius Hayes, and that's all well and good. But let's not forget those other 3 victims, plus the 4th one that was hurt. So when we post those things, I'm just making an observation here. Make sure we add those other individuals in there as well, man, because those people lost their lives. We're talking about a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 78-year-old, and a gentleman that was in the car. Apparently it must have been, you know, the grandmother, maybe the father, and then the 2 children. So I just want to make sure, kind of acknowledge that. Sometimes we kind of overshadow some of those things in regards to, you know, we think about our players or the people, our fans, or who we're fans of, but we don't think about the other victims in such accidents. So let's just make sure we acknowledge them and give them their prayers and rest in peace as well. But there's a lot of things going on in the building. We're going to open up the phone line. We're going to have a good time tonight. But this doggone anything is everything. About damn time, Coach. He in the building. Let's go, Canes Nation. Quick grits. All right. What y'all know about that A-Ball and MJG? Shut up and cut off the grits they done. Yes, sir. Lit City to you. Here we go. Anything. Coach take a vacation, come out like, man, boy, y'all missed me for doggone. I missed one show, boy. Y'all, I love it. Coach Hayes, man, we miss you. You've been to the Bahamas, BS, buck hunting, snow bunny hunting, like Bill and Shannon. We got us one today, Coach. When you going to do a breakdown? Oh, no. Oh, excuse me, sir. You know you finna get your face slapped. I already did his breakdown. Juan. I already did his breakdown, and you talking about when we gonna get a breakdown. Already done. It's already done. So that means you don't watch the show. Get another one. Oh, come on here. Where you been, cuz? Where you been? I've been working. I've been putting out videos, and y'all ain't watching them. And I'm hot. God, I'm getting hot. Y'all come on here. Where you been, cuz? You on vacation? No, I've been making videos and you ain't watching them. I'm hot right now. Anything. I need that hundo in the cash app right now because I'm hot. Somebody he gonna be late. Man, right on time, man. Right on time. OG Kane, what's up with you, baby? Coach, you got to check out the new Springfield Kuna. I don't know what that is. Put this fire out, man. Calm down, Hayes. Drink some cane juice. Put the fire out. Like Brother Noomse. You know, you had to drink it to put the fire up. Going way back. Anyway, we in the building, man. Listen, super excited about this pickup. I did his video. Like I said, I gave him a blue chip when it came down to it. The only thing that I did not see in his video was pass blocking. I think it's like one clip in his entire highlight tape. But here's what I know. Big dude, strong, nasty, technically sound. Plays a little bit high with the pad level, but hell, he's what, 6'8", 6'9". I understand that. He's not playing against 6'4" guys. You know, in high school, he's probably playing against some 5'10", 5'9" guys. So it looks to be pad level probably seems to be a little higher than what it typically should be. That's okay. But this is another reason why it's so important. So important. No, hold up. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. 8:30. Don't do it. You said 7:31. I guess you back a time zone. No, sir. But anyway, I'm just teasing you anything. But like I say, very strong guy, nasty. He's got a nasty disposition about him. And the funny thing about it, when you hear his press conference, you heard him talking and making his commitment and answering questions, he sounds like a nice dude, man. He sounds like a nice guy, right? Would you let your daughter date him? I don't know, but he sounds like a nice guy. But when he's on that field and he go click clack, somebody getting splattered, if you understand me. So he can definitely play. And I'll put his tape up since I like you to watch it. I'll put his tape up. We can watch a little bit of it just to see some of it here in a little bit before I open up the phone lines. But like I said, man, when it comes to the young man, I think it's a great pickup, huge pickup for the Miami Hurricanes. And again, this is not new territory now because y'all remember we got Francis Mauigoa, who was the #1 offensive tackle in the class before. So one thing about Coach Cristobal, he does an excellent job recruiting. I don't think it's ever been, and some people, I know Cuban Kane out there, recruiting, right? He was on the show not long ago complaining about, we don't get the top guys. Whatever. Huh? Cállate la boca. Cuban Kane, cállate la boca. Shut it up. Nobody want to hear all that whining today. It's a great day. The cane juice flowing. Everybody, you should get you a nice cup and make it happen. All right. So there we go. All right, here we go. It says, damn, Coach, you just know 6.5 and 3. Oh, all right, OG. You done put your boy on game. You done put me on game, OG. I gotta go check it out. I gotta check it out. You know, Coach like the new toys. I like the toys, OG Kane. I like the toys. Shout out to Muhammad in the building. Extend Mario already. He needs to be locked up. Thank you for the $199, Muhammad. We'll talk about that here in a second. We'll talk about that here in a second. I don't want to skip to it because I'm gonna get to that part. But I'm glad you did that. Appreciate that. Norman in the building. Aloha, my brother from Hawaii out here for the $20. Man, y'all clap it up for my dog, man. Y'all clap it up for the Dubs. Round here between Coral Gables and Carroll City, we call that there a little twin. Y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, hot coach, it's been a while. Fantastic day to be a Cane. Hope there will be other days like this. Of course, I have to give Mario Cristobal his credit. When it comes to recruiting, he does an excellent job. That's going to lead me back to Muhammad's point in a second. Let me get the next dono. Rocking rant for the $189 to buy some tissues for all those crying about money. I'm definitely going to get into that part too. That's the next part about money. That'll be an easier segue than what I want to go to Muhammad. Here's what I'm going to tell y'all. And shout out to Footballville. They had a thing on there. Doggone it. Anthony in the building. What's up? I'm sorry. I was trying to think. I think Street had maybe some idea of what the contract was like, 2.5 million, something like. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think it was in this. I think it was 2.5 million, some incentives in there and everything else. But shout out also to NMB Grant. He got a lot of clips on his Twitter page, and I'll play some of them if he allows me. Hopefully he lets me play some of them. I want to give him his love. He does a good job posting a lot of that stuff on Twitter. And he's talking about NIL, and I thought he was very open about it. And I thought that was huge, very mature, and very business. Very business. He's talking about handshake deals and all that stuff, and getting with Drew Rosenhaus and yada 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 and all that whoop de whoop. But let's just quickly talk about some money. Who cares, right? And I'm a firm believer in this. I'm a very firm believer in this part. If a player goes to another school, the first thing fan bases say, and he got the bag. So what? It ain't tricking if you got it. You know what they said? It ain't tricking if you got it. Pony up then. If y'all want them, then offer them 3.5 million. Somebody else want them, offer them. Listen, your value is what other people's value you at. Understand that. You can value yourself, but your value is what people are willing to pay. Now, here's what I'll say on the other side. I hope they get a ROI, return on investment. That's what Mario Cristobal and the collective or whoever comes up with these numbers, that's what they have to calculate. This is business. This is business 101. That's it. Everybody doesn't pay the same price for every product. Hear what I just said. Everybody doesn't pay the same price for every product. It's all on what you value it at. We could take art, for example. I could come on here right now in art. Here go a great art painting for me right here. Look, I'm gonna light is a little bright. And somebody will pay $3 for that. Some people will pay $30,000. It's all on what you value. Guess what? I ain't paying it. Get that crap out of here, man. But I'm saying all this to say people will pay for how they value it. Now, do you get your return on investment? We'll see. So if you're going to pay what people will consider top dollar for a player, that player better produce. It's just that simple. Until they put salary caps in and all of that stuff and whatever the case may be, there's no ceilings. Shout out to Lil Wayne. No ceiling. Huh? See what I did there? Coach still cool. There's no ceilings. That's it. It is what. So to other fan bases, including our own, because we just as guilty now. If a player flips from Miami and goes somewhere else, first thing we'll start complaining. they gave him the bag. Well, Mario, pony up. Or Coach Cristobal thought he wasn't worth X amount of dollars. And that's okay. So you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, oh, well, we paid him, so what? And then on this side, nah, look here, man. This is literally free market out here, bro. This is free market. Now, as fans, you want to rub it in, I get it. Go for broke, man. Hey, it's all good. It's all gravy. No pressure, no problem. No pressure, no problem. Boy, you right on time. Shout out to the Juice for the $2. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Matter of fact, Fat Joe, can you read that for me?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Fat Joe, read it one more time.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price, baby. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Whatever. So if they flipped him from Georgia, y'all don't think Georgia was paying? Y'all don't think all these other Ohio State and everybody else was paying? Of course. Oh, y'all don't think Jeremiah Smith got paid to go to Ohio State? You think he liked their colors? No. He likes what they did, what they do, what they're doing, and what they're paying. Plus all other stuff that go around. It is what it is. And the thing that kills me is how people don't understand the money went from under the table to on top of the table. It went like this, where we used to pay people under the table. Now we put it on top of the table. It is what it is. Who cares? Who cares? Muhammad for the 49. Pay a top dollar for elite athletes or the best at any profession is called reality. That's how the world works, of course. Huh? You think the best doctor in the world gets paid the least? You think the best attorney in the world gets paid the same as a public defender? Huh? You think Johnny Cochran and them boy, the dream team, got paid like the public defender? Shout out to Reverend Bullwinkle. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Trust me, your favorite coach telling you this business. Y'all get out your feelings. It is what it is. All right. Now, let me go to this part. I'm going to go to Muhammad's piece and we'll get this thing rocking. And I want to play a couple of things here from the commitment. Well, he should have committed with Coach, man. We had that thing lie. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little dry. Huh? It was like raisins in a potato salad. It wasn't no good. Commit with Coach, man. We might have had a real hurricane blowing in the auditorium or something. You know what I mean? Hell, I might have had Mario Cristobal duct tape, man, made him come out. Something anyway. Yeah, I know Ref did pass back a while back, Gil. He sure did, man. Reverend Bullwinkle in the building. But anyway, here's what I'll say. When Muhammad told me give the extension, I don't know if he was being sarcastic or whatever. Maybe he was being for real. A63, what's up, baby? What we're seeing today is not a phenomenon. Like Coach Cristobal has been doing this. To his credit, Coach Cristobal has been getting some top players. Not all of them, I understand. But to his credit, think about the schools we were competing against. People could talk about the money because all those schools got money. Oregon got money. Ohio State got money. Georgia got money. But here's the difference. Georgia winning natties. Oregon, Ohio State winning natties. And Oregon whipping a lot of butt too. I mean, they're being very good. Let's call a spade a spade. And we're not there yet. Miami's not there yet. And so now to Cristobal's credit, to get a player like that to come here, that's where you got to start stacking those chips. You got a Francis Mawinoa, right? You got a Jackson Cantwell right now. You understand what I'm saying? You flipped a Jordan Lyle. You flipped a Mark Fletcher. Right? Just think about that. No, we didn't get to Jeremiah Smith yet. No, I get it. But I have to give him his credit. Now, here's what the challenge is for Coach Cristobal. You got to win now, dog. And I know we won 10 games and whoop-de-whoop. But your wins have to mean something now. You can't win 10 games and go sit on the couch. That's all I'm saying. We can't win 10 games and then go sit on the couch. You got to win 10 games and go to the conference championship. You got to win 10 games and get into the playoffs. You get where I'm going with this? you can't keep getting these top players in essence not doing anything with them. I hate to sound like I'm talking crazy here, and I'm not being a Debbie Downer. But what I'm trying to say is think about what you did as a coach and as a staff and as recruiting. You took at one time, I think he was the number one player overall, definitely number one offensive tackle, one in the state of Missouri. But you're taking the top of the top and you're getting them to come to your school and you don't have this in your back pocket, a national championship. When Coach Cristobal walks in the office or goes to his house, he doesn't have a conference ring, a national championship ring on his hand, right? He don't have any bling. So his job is that much harder. I don't care what nobody say. That matters. And you went in and you beat out three teams who are putting offensive linemen in the NFL as well, out of Oregon, out of Ohio State, Natty, and Georgia. Now you got to do something with it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to belabor that point. I'm not going to, be a Debbie Downer, but I am a realist. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going fishing, man. Man, I got to keep my 2 feet on the ground. Hey, Julio, I can't get in that boat, man. Coach, as I got older, man, I sucked when I was young and getting seasick. Now that I'm older, I can't even ride in the passenger seat of a car without being like, But anyway, we're going to make it happen. So all of y'all telling me, preach, coach, preach. In the words of Michael Irvin, the time is now. A lot of us as fans, we enjoyed last season. It was great. It brought a new energy. But I hate to say it, it's like kissing your cousin. It didn't make no damn sense. You got the number 1 draft pick overall, top offense in the country. Yeah, I know the defense, whatever, but whatever, don't matter. And we sitting on the couch playing a bowl game the same as somebody that's 7-5. Now, I'm going to say this, my dog 12. Y'all know 12 be coming on the show during the season. Shout out to 12. He said a long time ago, when Coach Cristobal got the job, he said, 10-2 is the new 7-5. Holy God. Holy God. 10-2 is the new 7-5. What was he saying? Remember when Coach Cristobal was 10-2 at Oregon? He was saying new 7-5. But God dang it, he was 5-7, 7-5. And then we go 10-2, and we sitting on the couch just like you 7-5. Going to a bowl game, going to the dang pick a booger bowl. We go out and get another top quarterback in Carson Beck. Some people like him. Some people don't. But I still think he can play. I think he can definitely win the ACC. We can't take another 10-2 season and sit on the couch in year 4. I'll say this last piece and I'm done. Coach Cristobal has been here long enough to flush out the bad and bring in the good, change the culture, build facilities, get recruits in, NIL, all of Manny Diaz players, I believe now are literally out of the building. There are no more Manny Diaz players in the building. So I better not ever hear his name again until we play Duke. So the question for Coach Cristobal is, I give you all the resources. You have more resources than any other coach has ever had in this program at any given point. You are spending more money than any other coach has spent at any given point. Now, what you going to do with it? That's the question. What you going to do with it? Shout out to Scarface. What you going to do, Face? What you going to do? I'm going to double back and do it again. I said, what you going to do, Face? Or what you going to do? Shout out to Scarface, man. I'm my favorite rapper. He was down at, I think, Luke Skywalker, was it last week, 2 weeks ago? Got a street named after him in Miami. Saw the homie Scarface down there, man, on my block. Love it. Real quick, before I do this, I want to play a couple of clips of Cantwell talking. Like I said, I'm getting these from NMD Grant. But Twitter, a dangerous place. Get off of the Hayes. Get off of it right now. It's tough. Tough. All right. Shout out to the homie NMD Grant. What is he talking about here? Oh, this is a great one. Here's a clip of him talking about how he linked up with Drew Rosenhaus in NIL. This is pretty cool. All right, check this out.
Well, my thinking was if I was going to be represented and I want to make sure my contract was, I want to make sure it was ironclad. I want to make sure I'd get everything that I was offered. I mean, I think that's like why I went with the Rosenhaus agency. And my dad actually watched a Hard Knocks episode where he was negotiating for somebody. He was like, I want that guy. And we called him, and I was his second high school client at the time. So I think my advice is don't get scammed. Don't do like handshake agreements. I would get everything in writing, and that's it. I mean, there's a lot of stories where like it's been on the players' end and on the school's end. You want to make sure that everything goes smoothly with that, and you want to make sure you're properly represented because you don't want to be taken advantage of. Well, my thinking was if I was going to be represented.
Holy smokes. Listen to this dude talk. He talking like a 10-year vet in the league. I want to be duly represented. Huh? Duly represented. Come on, man. You can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at that. If you're going to do business, do it right. Don't get mad if you get had. Ooh, I'm going to put that on the shirt. Don't get mad if you get had. Ooh. Ooh. You better do the right vetting process. And that goes for coaches too. If this young man comes and becomes a pooper scooper, don't get mad if you got had. Man, I'm putting that on the shirt. If I see it on the shirt, I'm suing somebody. All right, here's another one. I want to hear this as well. Oh, man, I'm pressing the wrong buttons up in this joint. All right, here we go.
Response on your side of this thing that money ruled the day.
Well, I think my response to it is it's not the same narrative people like Pete Nakos are pushing right now. I mean, I think there's just a false narrative that's why I'm choosing. And I think that, I mean, I think relationships won out with Miami. That was kind of what did it for me. I mean, they spent the most time with me. They put the most effort into recruiting me. I mean, I've got a lot of skin in the game with all these schools as far as like getting represented by Drew and making sure them to be fairly compensated. And I think every school has done a good job with that and being accommodating with that. And I think that anyone who'd say otherwise about how I've done my recruitment has been just misled.
Response on your side.
Ooh, this dude talking like a 10-year vet. He even called out the dude, was it from Dog Nation? Somebody from Georgia. Said, nah, you misreporting, bro. Nah, you misreporting. And based on what he said, shout out to Rocky just said it, the money was even. And he said all the schools have been good with that, with the way in which I went through my recruitment with the NIL. It came down to what? It came down to the relationships. That's back to what I'm telling you. Play the violin for them other haters. Yes, on 3, A63 Kane. Appreciate you. Yes, the reporter from on 3. Thank you. Bro, he basically telling you. Coach Cristobal came in there and he raced the rings them dudes had. All right, y'all got the flash, y'all got the bling. But I'm finna build this relationship. And I'm gonna tell you this, Coach Cristobal nasty on this right here now. He'll tweet your A at 5 in the morning. Hey, buddy, have a great day at school, man. Make sure you put 100% effort in. Da, 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 da. Hell, I don't know if it's a robot, if it's another person, but whatever it is, you know what time it is, the tiny violin, J. That's what we do around here. And it's orange. Huh? And it's orange. We don't play no games for these haters. I'll play one more. Getting excited. I'm going to play this one by this reporter. I don't know if y'all can really hear it. This reporter asked a little funky question, but I think he handled it extremely well. This guy could probably going to be a good problem. Check this out. Listen to this reporter.
3 schools you didn't choose, right? They all 3 are prime for a playoff run, right? Miami just lost its quarterback, Cam Ward. So why do you feel like going to a, quote, more of a build than an instant winner was the right path for you?
I think they're winning a good amount of games right now, but I mean, I think they'll only keep getting better. If you look at Mario Cristobal's track record, all the programs he's been at so far, they've been elevated. I mean, he took over and I believe it was FAU. Not very good at the start, and they got a lot better by the end. And I mean, if you look at like kind of what he's done with some of those programs, and now he's that program that he truly wants to stick at, I think a combination of that and what he's done with offensive linemen over the years, I mean, it's just really exciting to me, and it's really appealing.
Reporter came here with a little funky question. Yeah, nerve to call us a rebuild. But here's the thing. That's how we are viewed. Listen to this reporter again. Listen to the opening.
3 schools you didn't choose, right? They all 3 are prime for a playoff run, right? Miami just lost its quarterback, Cam Ward. So why do you feel like going to a, quote, more of a build than an instant winner was the right path for you?
That's exactly what I was talking about. Get this dude off the stage. But he wasn't lying. KC3, shout out to you, brother. Member in the building. The disrespect. But hear me out. I know we fans, but you got to remember how we viewed. He said those 3 schools are instant winners. Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia. No lotto. No lotto. And we more of a build program. But that gives Mario Cristobal his credit. That's where you got to give him his credit. You got to give him his credit. That he went in and overpowered, and then you heard what the gentleman said. Everywhere he goes, he elevates. Well, coach, I don't need you just to elevate Miami. You have done that. Shout out to Coach Cristobal now. You have elevated Miami. We won 10 games. But we need to elevate and dominate. So we got to add a dominate to that as well. Huh? We don't need to pull an E. Brown and pontificate and vacillate and bloviate. We need to winniate. I don't know if that's a word. Winniate. If you drink enough cane juice, winniate becomes a word. I'm with you. You know how you shut them up? It's time to win something because that crazy talk got to go. You got to win. And I'll say this, there's different levels of winning. Don't get me wrong. You could be Oklahoma State and have a winning program, but you ain't won-ish. You see what I'm saying? You could be Oklahoma State and be a winning program. Since Mike Gundy has been at Oklahoma State, he's had 2 losing seasons. His first year and last year were the only 2 losing seasons he's ever had in 17, 18 years he's been there. You can't tell me that's not a winning program. But they ain't won-ish. In the words of Tony, not a damn thing. I'm on one tonight. There you go, Julio. Winnie 8. Shout out to old school in the building. No, that's stupid. Coach just getting started in school at 20-year head start. Okay, that's fair. I'll take that. I hear you. Here's my only difference. I'll say to you, Muhammad, in a rebuttal. With the transfer portal, you have now sped up the process. There's no more developing guys for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Et tu brute? No mas. I like Roberto Duran. No mas. I don't want no more of this bull crap. All right, here we go. I'm going to show this a little bit, then I'm opening up the phone lines. Since y'all talking about, where Juan Manuel at? Where the breakdown at, Coach? Yeah, about them piss me off. We'll play a little bit of this break. I'm going to play just a little bit of it while I sip on some cane juice. I'm going to put myself down here at the bottom. Oh, I can't put myself right down. I'm in the way. God dang it. How I get out the way? Over here. All right, perfect. Jackson, stop treating these people children like this. And I mean right now. Welcome to Watch React and Evaluate Class of 26. Today we're taking a look at the number one player in the nation, the number one offensive tackle in the nation, and the number one player in the state of Missouri. His name is Jackson Cantwell. He's also dropped his top 4, which happen to be Miami, Georgia, Oregon, or the Ohio State University. I'm not sure which school he's going to pick, but he will be making his announcement on April 30th. So stay tuned. And he moved it up. Persuade by putting it in the chat. We're going to scrap out of here. 158 pancakes coming from the International House of Pancakes. Let's get this thing rocking, man. What he going to do? He going to do too, boy. Oh, my God, the violence. That dude came off like he don't like powder blue. God, shout out to him, boy. Throw that dude 20 yards out of there, man. His drive phase crazy, man. I mean, let's take a look at this. What does this do? 6'8", 305 pounds, right? 6'8", 305. Is that a hint he going to Miami? Get it? 305? I don't know. Just saying. Hold up. You ain't hear what Coach just said. Huh? Is that a hint? 305 because he's going to Miami? Check it out. Get it? Right? 6'8", 305. Is that a hint he going to Miami? Get it? 305. I don't know. Just saying. I'm an insider, y'all. I'm an insider. Man, that's blue chip status. What we talking about, man? 6'8", 305. Blue chip status when it comes to size, man. Good technique right here. Let's take a look at this, okay? They're in an odd front, so he's got a ways to go. All right, you got a sniffer back here, right? You got the guard, the tackle, and then the tight end. What does he got to do? They're going to seal this deal here. He's going to seal this here. He'll probably work themselves inside here. Let's see what he does with his feet. See there? Closes it just to make sure. Goes up to the next level. And that drive phase is stank with it. Look at this. Come on, Coach. Somebody blow the whistle. I'm done with it. Y'all go watch the rest of it on the clip, man. Anyway, I just want to put that on there. I'm going to open up the phone line. There you go. Negro Damas. Not Nostradamus. I'm Negro Damas. Appreciate you, Kenty, as always, man. But I don't want to say. Let me open up the phone line here so y'all can start calling in. I see my man Anthony want me to read his question. You ain't having it. Read my question, Coach. 862-799-9956. Let's call in. Let's talk about these Canes, man. What they mean. Muhammad said he got a lot to say. We're going to see what it is. Here we go. Coach, when I watch his tape, I see a lot of Laramie Tonsil. Laramie Tonsil. That ain't to do with the gas mask and I don't know if I see that. Hastodamus. Yes, sir. I like that one. Let me see here. Oh, old school. Stop bloviating. Drop the leak. Drop what leak? You mean link? Put an N in there, man. God, dog. Anyway. Shout out to Ham in the building. Shout out to Ham. I love it. Nah, y'all good. All right, we got quite a few callers in here. I know sometimes I don't really get on it. Let me see if the clock working. I don't think the clock working today, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and get y'all comments in as this thing fills in. Let me go to 1004 first. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, this is Anthony. It's been a while.
Anthony, how you doing, my brother? It has been a while. Talk to us, man.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sick and tired of. I'm gonna target the Georgia fans specifically. This pisses me off that they're accusing us of paying. The only reason why we got Cantwell is because of us paying him, forgetting the fact that Cristobal has sent multiple All-Pro offensive linemen into the league. He has Penny Sewell, Jonah Williams, and my God, and he has two guys from Alabama that he sent into the league that are Pro Bowlers and All Pros. So his track record and maybe a future All Pro in Francis. So, and maybe a Ness Cooper. So let's be honest. I think Cantwell, two things can be true. He could have went there for the money, but also for Mario's track record of sending great offensive linemen into the league. So two things can be true, but just saying that Miami got him because of the money makes overlooks the fact that Mario has a track record of sending great offensive linemen into the league. And I give Oklahoma State the benefit of the doubt, Coach, because they had Texas, Oklahoma, and TCU when they were winning those 10 games. So they couldn't win championships or national championships. So they were a good team, but they couldn't get over the top beating Texas, Oklahoma, or TCU, or even Baylor at one point when they were good.
So I'll say this, Anthony, you're right. And that's why I said they're a winning team. That's why I said there's different versions of winning. They were still a winning team, but they ain't won nothing because they couldn't get over those teams. That was my whole point. Yeah. I don't want Miami to be a winning team because we can't get over a Syracuse, or we can't get over a Georgia Tech, or we can't beat a Pitt. And so we get put on the couch because we can't close out a season. That's really what I was saying. So to your point, you're 1,000% correct. I was just making that comparison to say, just because you're a winning program, there's levels to winning.
Mean you got over the hump.
Yeah, that means there's levels to winning. Yeah, that's why I said Oklahoma State is a winning program. You can't deny they're a winning program. But after a winning program, what have they won? Like, so far as record-wise, they're a winning program. They do win 8, 9, 10 games consistently. But ain't nobody talking about them as national champions and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, and when I look at Cantwell and the way he plays, he reminds me a little of Joe Thomas. A little bit. Do you see that? Like, in the way he, based on the tape you've seen of him, do you see Joe Thomas or Laramie Tunsil?
I mean, yeah, you're looking at size, if that's what you want to see. I mean, you're looking at a guy that's
in terms of how he uses his technique, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there's something. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he has a lot to learn. I think he has the foundational stuff. He's athletic. That's the biggest thing about him. He's very athletic. He's not overly polished now. Don't get it wrong. But he's very athletic.
You don't think he's a day one starter?
He could be. Like I said, I think he has all the things you need, right? Here's the deal. He's 305. He's 6'8". So let's not get that twisted. 305 at 6'8" is not a very large guy. I hope that sounds crazy, right? That's not remember, he's 6'8", 305. He's not 6'6", 305. And I know them 2 inches don't sound like a lot, but if you ask a couple people out there, them 2 inches make a big difference, if you know what I'm saying. But
but I understand what you're saying with his size, but let's not forget the guy was a wrestler in high school. He wrestled in high school and he was a shot putter. And those type of sports, shot putter and discus thrower, you can't be super heavy for those type of sports.
Oh, that's
like
great.
you can't be over 300 pounds for those type of sports. At the max, you have to be maybe 285, 290.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's a
that's why he's so light.
Yeah, but and that's okay. So he may gain some real positive weight. I'm not saying he can't gain the weight, but he's going to put it on, and that's fine. No big deal. I just think there's something. I think he's strong, right? I don't know how strong, but I think he's strong. I mean, you definitely look at his parents. Both of them were Olympic throwers in the league.
His dad is an absolute unit.
Right. Like
Did you see how big that guy was?
That dude was huge. That dude was huge. Had nerve to put on a small shirt like it fit. But anyway, I was just saying there's some things he's going to have to learn, right? The speed of the game, right? I don't think in any one of his tapes he faced a guy like Ruben Bain, right? Not in any one of his highlight clips. So he's got to learn. Like that's the curve that I think a lot of people, is not an easy transition from A to B. He's got to learn.
But
Okay.
Can you blame him on his competition though?
No, I'm not. So feel me. The things I'm making are observations.
No. That's why. That's why I'm saying.
I'm not blaming him. Okay, but Anthony,
why people blame him for the competition he faces.
I don't blame him. Well, I don't blame him. But what I'm saying, there's a learning curve because you have not faced that competition. I don't blame him for his competition. But what I'm saying is the way you handle poor little Timmy and the way you handle Hurricane Bane is two different things.
Are two different things.
Exactly. That's all I'm making. That's all I'm saying. So there's a learning curve. How does he adjust to that? How does he get acclimated to that? How does he get acclimated to the speed of the game? How does he acclimate to the strength of the players he's facing? Right? Like, yeah, you could push the 225-pound three technique around, but now you're finna face a 295 24-year-old or 22-year-old that's out there bench pressing Volkswagen engines. It's a little bit of fight. It's a little bit different. That's all I'm saying. But
yeah,
Anthony, last question. I got to roll on.
Okay, this is the last question. When it comes to his technique, you feel based on I don't really pay attention to that a ton, but when you look at his technique, does he allow sometimes, even though the competition is not there, do you sometimes see based on his technique, sometimes he allows people to get into his chest? He doesn't use his length all the time.
Not on the run. Like I said, the ding that I gave him was his pass because I didn't see any. So I didn't see any pass technique on his tape. Now he may have done some at the camps, maybe when he came on the visits and in the whatever. So they evaluated that, but his highlight tape doesn't have a lot of pass, all run blocking, right? Maybe there's another tape with pass
blocking.
It doesn't have pass. I think there was one clip of pass blocking on there. Now I don't know. Again, I don't know.
Maybe it's the offense they run there.
Maybe, may very well be, but I can only go off the film in which I see. I'm like I said, I'm not digging through the crates.
Yeah,
looking for all this
that's
stuff.
what hurts some of these huddle tapes. These kids with huddle tape, or not the huddle tape, the scheme that they play in. His offense at his school maybe just a run heavy offense that doesn't pass the ball that much. So they maybe run like 95% of the time. So you don't really know how he's going to handle those pass rushers, like you said, those big guys that are 290, 270, 290, because he's basically just been run blocking his whole career.
There you go,
stuff
my
like
brother.
that.
There
the
you
tape
go.
that you've seen, it's only run blocking highlights, not a ton of pass blocking.
Correct.
Stuff like that.
100%. Well, Anthony, I got to roll on, brother, man. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. Thank you for calling, brother. Shout out to Anthony in the building, man. We got 3841 coming up next. Somebody say he benched like 500 pounds. I wouldn't doubt it. Bro. He's probably been doing push-ups since he was 3. like I know his dad. You know what I mean? They're a weightlifting family. They shot putting out. That little dude probably been doing push-ups with his dad. His dad was probably cranking out 100 at a time. And he over there 3 times. 1, 2. So he's probably been doing that kind of stuff forever. Like I said, I don't question his strength. I think he's very strong. I don't question his want to in his heart. Like the 3 things you can't question are the 3 things you can't coach: size, effort, and for old lineman, it's not necessarily speed, but let's talk about strength, right? He's strong. You could tell he's strong, right? But the other guys are strong too. So now this is where technique comes involved, right? Strong and strong, they cancel each other out. technique is what helps cancel out somebody that's stronger than you. Hope all of that makes sense. All right, let's go to 3841 on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 3841 going once.
What's up, Coach?
Oye, my friend, ¿qué pasa? I hear you, man.
¿Qué hola? ¿Qué vuelta?
Arrowhead, no más.
Oh, the juice is biting tonight.
The cane juice is on. Hey, keep it flowing, baby. What's up? What's up, Julio? Talk to me, man. Do you like this guy? Have you seen his tape? You're an O-line coach. Do you like this guy?
Coach, I love that fucking guy. That is the perfect offensive lineman, buddy. I wish we could have 5 like that.
5 of them?
5 of them, man.
What is it about him that you like, man? Talk to me. What is it about you like?
He's fucking, he's big, he's athletic, he's strong. Coach, he's athletic. That's the most important thing.
Athletic. There you go. He's strong, he's big, and he's athletic.
He's gonna be better than McKinney, man. But remember Brian McKinney?
Yeah, come on. You saying something now? Hold up now, Julio. Wait a minute. You right? The cane juice biting now. Hold up now. Hold up, swole up. I say hold up, swole up. Now wait a minute. You talking about Brian McKinney now? You talking about this 16-year-old kid about to be better than Brian McKinney?
He came in at 6'9" into UM. 6'8", 6'9". You remember him, right?
Of course.
Okay. How about Kellen Winslow?
Okay.
Remember the other tackle, that Canadian guy? He came in playing tight end, and they made him into Kehoe made him into a tackle.
Into a tackle, yeah. Okay. What's his name? He goes fishing all the time. He goes fishing all the time. What's his name? Oh my God. He goes fishing all the time, Julio. The Canadian cat.
Oh, Kellen Winslow.
No, Kellen Winslow is the tight end, man.
No, man. The other one, the Winslow, the offensive lineman, he came in as a tight end and they made him an offensive lineman. Winslow, but you're right. Kellen Winslow is the tight end that went to Cleveland. But the other one, the white Canadian guy, his name wasn't it Winslow with a T-O-W?
Eric Winstrom. Shout out to John Kennedy. Eric Winstrom.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, the cane juice flowing tonight, y'all. The cane juice flowing tonight, y'all. I'm in here sweating. I gotta cut the air on.
The cane juice, that freaking that Hispanic accent, it messes everything up.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. So what else about this guy? He's athletic, he's big, he's strong. What is it about him?
He's a beast. He's a beast.
You saw his tape already?
Cool. He's gonna be a starter. I hope you know that, right?
Well, they say he's a day one starter. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see what Street and them put out. They said something about. I don't know if they say he was day one starter, but I know they talked about his money. Real quick question: if you had to find one thing you don't like, what is it?
That I don't like about him?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man, because I was gonna say maybe I like his weight. I like that he's 305. I like that 320, 330.
There you go. All right, now I like 323. No, I like 320.
I don't want him. Yeah, I don't want him to be no 350, 360. I need offensive lineman that can move, man.
Yeah. No, I don't need 360.
I need offensive lineman that can move.
I like him. I'll say this. Can I say this? Between 325, 335. That's about what I like.
Yeah, my tackles to be like that. 6'8", 6'7".
Because he's 6'8".
My guards 6'3". My guards could be, they could be a little heavy. I want them, my guards, they gotta be powerful. Hey, but that guy's benching 500 pounds in high school, Cole.
At 16 years old.
That's impressive, Cole.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, I'll say this.
There's a center. Remember I told you about Principal Moret, right? You know, his son is a center, South Ridge. He's a junior. He comes out next year.
Right.
He's a 4-star right now. He won the state in wrestling. He's 6'4", 6'5". They got him at 285. He already got an offer for UM at center. That's a big boy too now.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna see then. He's 6'4". How much?
Yeah. 285.
Yeah, because Moret ain't no little dude either.
That's a junior. That's a junior. He's a junior now. He's gonna be a senior next year now.
Yeah, because Moret is like what, 6'3" at least.
Yeah, so imagine that's for next year's class. You put that with that other boy that they just recruited, man, they're gonna pick up some more offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Now you put that speed from the down south with them big boys. What do you got? You got the same recipe that they had back in the 90s.
They gotta just keep we gotta just do it on the field. Like, we gotta stop being the best team on paper. We gotta stop being the best team on paper.
Yeah, you know what? Even with Manny Diaz, I don't know if you remember, Cole. We were up there and we faced Clemson and we got freaking wiped out.
Best team on paper, dog. Yeah.
We were ranked number 1 and we were top of the ACC, all this shit, and we faced Clemson and we got killed.
Got slaughtered. But anyway, only thing I say, I want to see his pass blocking. I haven't. If anybody has clips of that, you're more than welcome to throw them in the chat.
Coach, listen. If he's 6'8", 305, he got the arm length, and he's quick on his feet, anybody could teach him pass blocking.
I agree. I just got to see it. Listen.
And listen, that coach that they have, that little guy from Columbus, that came from Columbus High School, that was Cristobal's coach.
Mirabal. Mirabal. That's my man right there.
Yeah, my man knows how to coach off on the line.
Listen, can I tell y'all something? Can I tell people something? People don't want to believe this. And I'm not fanned out. Y'all know I'll call it I call a spade, a ball, strike, a strike. But I had the opportunity to work with Alex Mirabal at FIU. And I used to sit and watch sometimes because I used to work with the D-line linebackers. But I would sit, just because I was on the defensive side of the ball, I would watch the offensive side of the ball. And I would listen to what he's saying, listen to what he's talking about, listen to how he's coaching. And I think because everybody know he's not a big dude. I mean, Mirabal might be 5'2", something like that. I mean, a very little guy, not a big guy. Yeah. He doesn't look like an offensive line coach. He does not. But there's two things that are for certain about him. He has the respect of the players. I seen him rip a dude 6'8". He like this. He ripping him. And the player says nothing. Right? Didn't fan him off. Don't walk off. Man, stop playing with me. All you heard was, yes, coach. Yes, coach. And the second thing is his technical speech. How he talks to the players.
That's where he's so fucking powerful at. Right?
Listen, it's how, and here's why I think why he's so good. He comes out of high school. Because he comes out of high school, you don't get the best of the best. You have to coach what walks through the door. So you have to know how to differentiate instruction. Follow me now. Yes. Differentiate instruction. You got to know how. You can't blanket coach. You got to coach. I got to coach Johnny differently than I coach Timmy to get the same result.
Yes. And then comes Billy where he's off the wall completely. and then you get big boy over here where with all kinds of times, it's totally different. Everybody, they're all different.
There it is, man. Well, Julio, I got to push on the phone line, backing up. Talk to us. Mm-hmm.
Hey, my man did it for year in, year out at Columbus. They always had a freaking badass line. Yeah. When he was there coaching.
No, he did.
Look how many. Look, they got both Cristobal brothers. Mario has an older brother, Louis. He played in first national championship. He played guard for them. And you know they got Joaquin that came out of Columbus.
Joaquin said dominate, and we ain't doing
Yeah.
it. Joaquin said dominate, and we ain't doing it.
Oh, you talking about Reed?
Yeah.
Stop! I'm tired of everybody asking me how am I feeling? I'm hurt. God damn it!
Don't ask me how I'm feeling. I'm hurt. Man, Julio, let me get on to this next call, man. And I ain't going to. Hey, can I tell y'all a story? Hold up, real quick. I'm going to tell y'all a story.
Go ahead, Coach.
This is the guy that's in the chat talking about, Coach, let's go fishing. Julio, hell no. Do y'all know I went fishing with this guy one time and he tried to throw a shark in there on me?
You in the cabin, Coach.
I was seasick.
But tell him why. Tell him why you got seasick.
I was seasick. Nah, I can't. That story's too long. That story's too long. Stop it. Stop it. That story's too long.
It's not, Coach. Hey, that story will give you
Et tu brute. Et tu brute. Et tu brute. Stab me in the back. I ain't no mas. Listen, I was seasick. And I'm in there sick as a dog. I'm green as my shirt. And all I hear him say, I hear him say, it's a shark. We caught a shark. This dude takes us out in forever land. I don't know. We probably were like 3 miles from Cuba at this point. We went so doggone far out there, Julio. Like, I really think I could have swam to the shores of Cuba before we made it back. Because we were out there forever. But anyway, long story short, I'm sick as a dog. I hear him say, we caught a shark. And they say, let's throw it in there on Hayes. What did I tell y'all?
Hey, you throw that shit in there, I'm gonna kill you.
I said, if you throw that shark in here, none of us making it back to shore. If you throw that shark in here with me, ain't none of us making it back to shore. Oh man.
Hey, but tell him why you got seasick, man.
I'm gonna do it on the. We're gonna do it on another show. We're gonna do it on another. I got all these callers in, but we're gonna talk about Coach Jack in the motion pills.
Hey, I'll be in Key Largo all week, man. Let me know.
Oh
the
man,
weather's good too to go fishing.
Man, I can't listen, man. I get sick in the tub. That's why I gotta take showers, man. I get seasick too much, man. I can't take it. I ain't gonna lie to you. For real, I got seasick in the tub, man, with a rubber ducky.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, man. Let me get to this next call, man. Much love, Julio. Appreciate you, baby.
Man.
For sure.
Yo.
Falconer for the 305. Cantwell stays and gets coached up. Record NFL deal. I'm loving it, man. Rocky. Let me tell you something. Shout out to him and shout out to my man, Coach Jack. Rest in peace, Jack. Bro, they catch a doggone shark. They're like, throw it in there on Hayes. I'm laying down, but I'm awake. You know, Coach always keeping his big eye open. And these big old ears, I'm keeping them open too. And the dude said, throw it in. I said, bro, if y'all throw that in here on me, ain't none of us making it back to shore. For sure. Shout out to Falcon in the building. Joaquin said dominate, and we ain't doing it. Ooh-wee. 305 again, baby. Coach, you need to come out to the lake. I could do bass fishing. I'm cool with that. I can do that all day. I can go out to the Everglades. I can go to whatever. But that salt water, can't do it, man. I can't do it. I get seasick, bro. I can't make it happen. All right, 2888. 2088 in the building. Damn, I got a lazy eye. I caught like a pistol. All right, here we go. All right, 2088. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. What's your thoughts on the Miami Hurricanes picking up the #1 offensive tackle? Has now been dropped for some odd reason to the #3 player overall, which was the #1 just 2 days ago. Talk to us.
What up, Coach? It's Jay from Chicago, man.
Oh, man. Jay from the shot.
I think we got a monster, man. The day one starter. I think he's going to play right tackle. They're gonna fill right in for CC. The only thing I worry about is the level of competition. You know what I'm saying? Like Pancake. That's why Pancake was struggling. But I think he got more upside than Pancake, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I think he the truth. You know what I mean? He did good at the All-American game. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I think we got us one.
I mean, like I said, we got a big guy. He's lengthy. I'm excited for him. You know me, I don't like to put the cart before the horse. I don't want to call him a day one starter right now, but I want people to also understand this. He's already a year removed now. I want people to remember this. One thing about these new toys that we get, we quickly forget how far removed they are. Remember, he still got another season of high school football. He doesn't show up to Miami until January, right? So, yeah, you're like, oh, well, coach, well, you got to remember, that's 109 days right here. Then you got a whole season to go. Then he comes January. He may. I'm not saying he can't be a day one starter, but I don't want to label him as a day one starter just yet. You know me. Hopefully the Miami Hurricanes allow us to see a spring game, and then I can make him an estimation there. But anyway.
Coach, I'm just saying we can't have another Pancake, you know what I mean? They got to hit on him, though. We can't have, you know what I mean, 2 5-star offensive linemen. You know, that's just not going to look good, you know?
It's not, but that's recruiting, bro. That's why you got to get 10 of these dudes. Like that's the funny thing about recruiting, right? Nobody would have said Pancake. The same way we're talking about him today, and I want people to understand it, just because I say things doesn't mean it's coming true. I just like to lay everything on the table. The same way we're talking about him today. Go back and look at footage. I don't care what podcast, what YouTube channel. We said the same exact things about Pancake. So that's why I'm very cautious with my words. I'm not saying he's a Pancake by no stretch. I'm just cautious. I like to see something first. I can evaluate what he's done in high school. I'm cool with that. But I'm just a person. Like I said, I'm a person. I hate backtracking. I hate to be the guy that has to say or come up with some reason for why he didn't succeed. Don't prove me wrong.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? It's this last question. To you, is he closer to Pancake or is he closer to CC? We got taking level of competition and all that stuff. So right now, what would you say that he's closer to?
The level of competition, I'm gonna say Pancake.
Like, we got to keep it 100, Coach.
I'm gonna say Pancake, right now. Bro. Pancake was in Connecticut. When in Connecticut or Vermont, somewhere like that. Connecticut or Massachusetts. Bro, did y'all see
Massachusetts? What's the difference between Massachusetts and Missouri?
No. That's my point. What I'm saying is the level of competition is closer to Pancakes.
Okay, so who's more athletic, would you say? You know what I'm saying?
I think this kid is more athletic by all means. I think they're both athletic. I don't know. I think Pancake got hurt. I don't know what his injury was. I don't recall what his injury was. But again, I have nothing but high hopes for both of those guys. I have Tommy Kinsler's another one. He's a kid right here out of Florida. Man, he was killing dudes. I think he played for the Celtics or something, like some Catholic school that were the Celtics. And everybody had high hopes for Tommy Kinsler, right? And it's okay. I'm okay with development too, right? Everybody don't have to come out the cereal box ready to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying the guy's not a day one starter. I just like to see him against the competition first, and then I will make a definitive statement. That's just me. That's just Coach. I like to see he has all the tools. He does all the things right. He looks good. He's strong. He's long. He's lengthy. All of those things. I'm just a person that does not like to put the cart before the horse. All I need to do is see him in spring practice, and I can give you a definitive answer, just like I tried to do when I came to the record predictions, right? I can't make a record prediction this year because I didn't see spring practice, and I refuse to look at cell phone footage. I'm not doing that. We pay too much money as fans. We invest too much time, effort, and energy that I got to scour the internet through cell phone footage to see a damn spring game.
So how did he look in the All-American game? You know what I mean? Like the one-on-ones versus top speed rushes and pass rushes. Like, did you see any?
I didn't see it. I did not see it. I will pull it up, but I did not see it. I did not see it. I need to pull it up.
All right, Coach. Well, shit, I'm gonna let you get to your next caller. I'll tap back another day.
Man, much love to you, man. Be safe out there in the shop, baby. Huh? Yeah.
Already, Coach.
All right, man. Give me some of that Heroes, man, with some mild sauce, man.
I got you.
For sure, brother. All right, man. Listen, man, I love it, man. You know, one thing I like about this show is that it allows you to reach out to people, man, from all areas, bro. I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. Oh, can I say this before I answer? 4334. 4334 on the line. Give me 1 second. There was a gentleman, and I don't know if he's watching today. There was a gentleman that reached out that said that he wanted to talk to me. And I was like, oh, you want to talk to somebody? And I made a joke, and he said, no, for real. You emailed me. It was in my spam folder. I saw it in my spam folder. I read it. But it's deleted. If you hear this, email me again, brother. You don't have to retype what you wrote. I read it. Just email me so I get your email, and I'll reach back out to you. I'll reach back out to you. Okay? If you're listening to this, hopefully you'll listen to this, and you will email me on a very serious note. Very serious note. And so please email me back, man. It went to my spam folder for whatever reason. And I end up seeing it because I check spam because I've lost some real serious business sometimes going to spam. So I do check it every so often. And I read it, very serious. Holla at me, man. Holla at me. And it ended up getting deleted. All right. Let me go to the next line. 4334 on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Coach, what's that?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Long time listener. First time caller.
Oh, what's your name, brother?
Yeah. This trucker.
All right, trucker. Hold up. You ain't the trucker like what they call it, man?
Trucker Abdullah. I be in the comment.
Okay, I thought you were talking about that because there's a dude named Trucker that do the if you want to leave, go ahead and leave. That kind of music. You know what I'm talking about? So what is called?
No.
All right, my bad. I'm tripping. Talk to me, Trucker. What's
up?
Yeah,
I just called, man, because I'm a Hurricane fanatic too. I ain't gonna say that. These last couple of years, I'm just a fan. I think that last caller was kind of spot on. He was on the right path, man. It's a lot of hype with this. These guys really ain't produced no offensive linemen, no first round, no top half of the draft guys, you know. So it's just another day, man.
Right.
Another day on 247.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know, man. Last few years has been a lot of hype with us. And, you know, I just call the really just say, it's just hype, fellas. You know what I'm saying? This kid gonna come here and be like all the rest of them.
Oh, hold up, swole up. I say, hold up, swole
all
up.
The rest of them.
Don't do it like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you were
all the rest.
Hold on. Now I was with you being a little cautious. But when you say you come here to be like all the rest of them, that kind of sound a little bad. What you mean?
Because, you know, okay, the rest of them, they come here with the hype. And then when it's their turn, they go and pull somebody else out the portal. We never see I haven't seen the development from the O-line, from a lot of positions, but I haven't seen, especially the O-line, I ain't seen no development since the Gurus got here. You know, Al Golden had more success, I would say, than the Gurus. The Gurus, who the Gurus produce? Going back to when you was there, they got the one guy, anybody could have produced him. You know, the one who went to Denver, Penal Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could have produced him. But, you know,
that's fair.
Who else they produce? It's some guys that went from Oregon. but they came under the Atlantic. You know, these guys ain't produced nothing, man.
So I'm gonna say this to you, Chuck.
Our O-line, we not running, even with CC, we not running consistent off right tackle, you know, for the first down. Just we need the first down. We're gonna go off CC backside. We ain't doing that type of, we ain't running that type of offense. You know, we just ain't doing that.
So here's what I'm gonna say. So here's what I'm gonna say, Trucker. Hold
yeah.
on, follow me on this right quick. In this recruiting game, when you're recruiting high school players, right? We're not talking about a transfer guy. We're talking about high school players, right? And a lot of high school players is truly based on potential, meaning potential means you have not done it yet. So you have to gauge something. One thing about high school players, all of them don't translate or convert into these phenomenal college players. That's just part of this process, right? You didn't marry the first girl you dated, did you?
Of course not.
Was the first girl you dated a bad? Was she bad? No, she was like, woo.
She was all right, looking back on it.
Okay.
She was all right.
How about the second girl you dated? Was she bad?
She was all right, too. You know?
Okay. But you ain't married her, did you?
Nah, I ain't married now.
And the third and the fourth one and the fifth. That's my whole point. You'll go through some that have great potential, but they haven't done it yet. And then when they get with Trucker, they can't handle that transmission, if you know what I'm saying, Trucker. Huh? That boy going to overdrive, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, for sure. But all I'm saying is this, though, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the other top tier programs, right?
Okay.
These guys putting guys in the league. You know, we had what's the kid name played guard? He was a guard tackle. He started every year. He just went to the league.
From where?
He was a guard for us this past season. He just got drafted.
Drafted?
Rivers? Big dude from Jacksonville.
Rivers?
From Jacksonville. Rivers,
yeah.
Rivers, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like Rivers had a lot of upside, man, when he got here and while he was here. But when this staff got here, it's like, I don't know. It seemed like they took something away from Rivers' game a little bit. Rivers had, before he got here, Rivers was known to have the hardest punch and this and that and that and this. You know, I just feel like a Rivers was at a Georgia or something. I ain't even gonna say Georgia. We ain't gonna say Georgia. We gonna say if Rivers was at North Carolina, Rivers probably would have been a top half of the draft guy. You know,
I mean, I'll say this to you, Truckin. We can all speculate that. But I think the biggest mistake you're making, and I tell a lot of Canes fans this, we are comparing today's Canes with the top teams out here, and we're not the same right now. I think that's the problem.
I compared them to North Carolina.
Well, no, you did, but I'm talking about the Canes in general. I'm just talking about when we think about the Canes, we think about Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State. And we're not those teams yet. We're not. Unfortunately,
no, we're not. We're not those.
As much as we want to be, we are not those guys. We are not those teams yet. We used to be, but we're not, and that's just what it is. But dog, let me get these other callers in here, man. But Truckin' dog, don't be a stranger, man.
I want to say one more thing, though, right?
Yeah, do your thing.
I accepted the fact that we not those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But dang, boy, the offensive line guru talk, it just kills me, bro. That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna check back in with you another time, Coach.
So do me a favor. I appreciate it.
Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
All right,
much love. Shout out to Truckee in the building, man. I'll just say this last thing before he goes. And I understand what people are saying, the O-line guru talk. Here's what I'll say. Our O-line is relatively young, right? These guys have grown up. Francisco Marinoa started as a true freshman. He's got 3 years. Let him build it. Now, I will say our center position, we have not had a guy. It's been a lot of turnaround in that position. But let these guys. Now, here's where you got to let them grow. I'm all for that. I get that. Let me get Muhammad. I see you in the building. I'm gonna get this other call because I think me and Muhammad gonna dance for a little bit. So let me get 9431 out on the line, get him on and off the hook, so I can catch this big fish named Muhammad. 9431, you on the line. Call to talk to us.
Oh, Lord. Thank you so much, Coach, for making me next after this fool that just was on here. Oh, my God. Bruh. Ninja, you drunk. You drunk as hell. What are you talking about? Was you paying attention to our offensive line before Mario Cristobal got there? Are you kidding me? Oh, we ain't got no O-line guru. Well, guess what? The number one recruit in the country thought we did. He damn sure ain't go to Georgia. He went to Miami. So what that say? He must know something more than you do. This nigga, oh boy, excuse my language. Boy, you ain't know what the hell you talking about. Stick to playing shoots and ladders or something, bro. Because watching football ain't, what is you talking about? We ain't seen no improvement. Are you serious? Annette Cooper was a damn 3-star. He gonna get drafted. Rivers ain't had no improvement. Rivers been hurt. This is his first season back. He had a whole injury all last year. What is he talking about? If he'd have been at North Carolina, are you drunk? What North Carolina lineman you seen been first round? They got 4 stars just like we do. What is he talking about? You don't get where the man's an offensive line guru? The proof is in the pudding. The man done put number 1 left tackles out into the draft. And I promise you, he going to get 5 guys drafted from us. We've had problems filling center. But you ain't putting no freshman out there as your center. So we've had to fill guys and figure out a few things. And now we got that one kid that's supposed to be the 5-star recruit in the nation coming in with this same class. So we got 2 5-star linemen and 5-star linemen coming to us left and right, but we don't know how to develop linemen. You drunk, bro. You drunk. Because they obviously see something in what Mario Cristobal is doing. We got 2 offensive line coaches. 2. Not 1.
And we got Maui Noah, the number 1 offensive tackle in the country, too. Remember that.
In the country. And yeah, you know what I mean? The pancake honcho ain't really paying out, but he ain't got the strength. You know what I'm saying? He was a little overrated. And we ain't seen the last of him yet anyway. So you mean to tell me Markel Bell came out of nowhere? The boy was literally playing basketball for what? He's been playing football for like 2 years. And the dude starting on our team. That's not coaching?
Damn.
He ain't the best left tackle, don't get me wrong. But that's not coaching? I'm just going to take some 6'7", 6'8" dude who barely played football, put him into a college game out of junior college, and he going to start. And that's not coaching. So I guess he just had it all together. It don't make no sense to me, bro. It don't make no sense. Hey, if you want to take something from Mario Cristobal, go right ahead. But you can't take the O-line from the man, bro. You cannot take his O-line coaching from him.
That's fair.
If that man gets top-tier talent on his line, they going pro, which is more than you can ask for from a damn Al Golden. This man sat there and said Al Golden got more out of his damn linemen than Mario Cristobal. Al Golden coaching defense right now, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It don't make no sense to me. I get it, bro. I get it. You ain't a real fan, bro. You won't really watch, bro. You don't really know. But we've had a top 10 offensive line in the country for the last couple years. And I say that loosely last year, the year before last, maybe top 15. But that's more than we could have asked for back when all we could really say was our offensive line is our biggest problem. You get what I'm saying, Coach?
I'm listening. I'm listening loud and clear. Aye, aye, Captain.
I was supposed to tell you I'm hot, but I ain't that hot. I'm just trying to make this make sense.
Sound like you on fire.
Here?
Turn it up.
Yeah. How you gonna get here? How you gonna sit on here and nitpick Mario Cristobal when it comes to offensive line, bro? How you gonna sit here and the number 1 recruit in the nation? Yeah, he's just gonna be another guy. What the hell that mean? Mario Noah wasn't even the number 1 recruit in the nation, and he been playing since a freshman. He gonna go first round, automatic next year. So and that's Cooper. He might not go first round, but I promise you he get drafted in the first 4. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
Okay.
Rivers got drafted. Everybody on our line is getting drafted. When the last time you seen that?
You think everybody getting drafted?
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying all right, so
the other dude got drafted. What's my man that came from UCF?
Drafted.
I'm saying my man last year. Hold on, my man last year got drafted from UCF. What was his name, man? The center from UCF last year.
The one that was with us. Was he with us before?
Yeah, he was at UCF, and then he came to Miami last year. Help me out, chat.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name.
Matt Lee. Thank you.
Matt Lee got drafted. I think the guard that was from Alabama, he did not get drafted, but he got signed as a free agent. But he had a lot of issues mentally before he even came to Miami that they talked about at Alabama. So that could have been the reason.
Oh, was that the Cohen? Was that Cohen? Was that Cohen? I think that's Cohen.
He was a left tackle. I'm trying to remember his name. The one that came from
Bama.
That came from Alabama.
I thought that was Cohen.
But I can't. Javion Cohen or something like that.
Yeah, that was Cohen.
Something like that.
Yeah, the girlfriend. Everybody was ripping about the girlfriend and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, he signed as a free agent, but he had a lot of mental stuff. It was a lot of mental stuff on him. That's why he left Bama and came to Miami to get a fresh start.
That girl
put
that.
You can't make it seem like Mario ain't developing line. The man been here 3 years. So who you expecting?
And they're young.
Be Brian McKinney.
Man, listen.
It don't make no sense.
All I can tell you is, all I'll say, matter of fact, you came in straight on fire, dog. I didn't even catch your name. What's your name, brother?
Tony. This is Tony from Melbourne, man. Tony from Melbourne. I was supposed to say Coach from Hot.
Man, to slap you, Tony from Melbourne. Hold on, why ain't got your name in here?
Man.
Let me put your name in here.
Tony from Melbourne, man. I saw the news and I was like, man, if Coach Hayes got a show, I'm calling in. Man, as soon as I get off work, get in the car, I got to hear this fool talk about we ain't turning over offensive linemen. Who we turning over then?
Turn it up.
We ain't turning over offensive linemen. We ain't turning over nothing.
Oh, man.
So why Cam Ward came to us then? You understand what I'm saying? Why we had the number one offense in the country? Well, let's see. It couldn't have been because we ain't had no line. Couldn't be because we weren't developing our old linemen. People just be drunk talking. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what it is? It's the cane.
It don't make no sense to me.
Tony, it's the cane juice. It be biting. It's biting. I'm telling you.
The cane juice be biting.
I'm telling you. We got something working over the cane juice. I'm working on a lot of stuff. Coach be working. I'm trying to tell you, we trying to make it happen, man. Muhammad back there, he ready to. Muhammad ready to go in on me right now. I know you ready, but
hey, for sure, man. I had to get, man. As soon as I heard that, I said, man, I got to call because that don't make no sense, bro. You tripping, bro. Go back and watch some film from before 3 years ago, and then start watching our line ever since Mario showed up. We actually got a freaking running game. We wasn't able to run the ball for years.
Hey,
now.
Man.
We certified in the trench. We certified.
Well, we gonna find out.
Man, go find somebody else to play with, man. Coach, I just had to put my little 2 cents on that. You know what I'm saying?
So
I appreciate you, brother, having a show. Well, I'm gonna go ahead, go back to listening to you. Go ahead and get Mohammed on so I can laugh at y'all.
All right, man. Me and Muhammad gonna get it in. I got Anonymous just popped in. They got to go after Muhammad.
All right, for sure. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Much love. Go Canes.
Anytime, man. Go Canes. Shout out to Tony from Melbourne in the building. Hey, shout out to my man. He like the furniture. Y'all listen.
What's going on, Coach? Congratulations about the new player y'all got in. I heard he was a big guy. What, 330? He lift 500 pounds? Boy, I'm telling you, we need one of them. Where y'all get them from?
It's called going to somebody's house and recruiting. That's what it's called. Huh? It's called in-home visits, dog. Shout out to old school. I tell you, old school be in the back like the furniture. Huh? Maybe if y'all coach do in-home visits, y'all could get one. So y'all say y'all need one. If Coach Prime walk into in a house, in the living room, because people doing in-home visits right now, believe it or not, people going to visit schools in the spring. Every school doing it. I'm seeing Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State. They're at these people's high schools. Maybe y'all could get one too. So since you asked me, where did we get one from? We got them from Missouri. How do we get them from Missouri? We got on this thing called an airplane. All right. Welcome to Missouri. We'll be landing here. The temperature is 76 degrees. And then he jump in the car and he go over and he go to the man's house or to his school. And he visit with him and build a relationship. That's how you get those players. That's called recruiting. Again, I'm not knocking it. You do what you want to do. But you ask me, how did you get one of those? That's how you get them. You get them by building those kind of relationships. Not just coming to see where you live, but you go see where they live.
Missouri, huh? We ain't gonna stand a chance. The Florida and Texas boys and all the rest of the boys out there in the South, they ain't coming. But I'm just saying, I mean, Missouri, Wisconsin. I mean, who else? I mean, where are they at? I mean, guys.
I say, boy, huh? You sound like Longhorn Foghorn, boy. I say, where y'all get that big old 6'8" boy from? I say, we got him from Missouri, huh? Chicken Hawks. Anyway, Muhammad in the building. What's up with you, baby?
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Man, you sound a little somber. Hold up. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna bring you back in.
No.
And we're gonna start over. Hey, Coach. Hold up. All right, I'm gonna take him off. All right, man. We got Muhammad coming up in the building right now. Muhammad, what's up, baby? Talk to me. How you feeling today?
What's going on, Coach? Man, I feel great. You know, it's great to be a Hurricane. You already know I'm glad to be here on your amazing platform, man. I'm ready to rock and roll.
There you go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Muhammad. So let's have a little conversation. You put a dono in.
Yeah, I wanted to.
You put a dono in for $199, and you said he needs an extension. Were you being facetious or were you being truthful? Like, talk to me.
I'm being dead serious, Coach, and I have a lot of reasons.
Okay.
You know, college football now. Now I know everyone who may be listening may be thinking you're the guy that called in, you know, Hulk Hogan and this, that. That is true. That was years ago. College football, that is true. That is true, and we've moved on from that point. Coach Cristobal has improved greatly since then. So we'll give him his flowers for that.
Hold on. Can I stop you for a second? I don't know if you don't mind. So when you say he improved, because you were, let me tell you something, brother, 24-inch pythons. So let me ask you something. You say he's improved. Just for the people who may be new to the channel or didn't catch that conversation, what were you saying, just briefly, what were you saying before and how has your tone changed now?
Sure. Before, now this was over a year plus ago. Before my tune with Mario was, you know, he's not the best X's and O's guy and he's not the smartest guy, which is in my eyes back then was going to be the detriment of our program long term and in the short term because it is, you know, ineptitude. Now, my reason that I've changed that tune is because this past season I saw a lot of improvement from Coach Cristobal in our big games against Florida, and against Syracuse. He did a good job, you know, time management and everything. And so he did very well throughout the year in time management, managing the team, players. You didn't really hear about a lot of outside drama coming in from the players this season, like he did maybe the first 2 years that he was here. And the team seemed so much more disciplined on the field, off the field. They looked ready to play every game. And the first 2 years, I didn't see that. I saw a lot of guys. I saw a team that looked unprepared and not excited necessarily to play the game. This past season, he flipped that on its head, and it's taken it to another level. Mm-hmm. That's on the field. I'm talking about Mario, just on the field. Now, off the field, we know he's an A+ recruiter, A+ fundraiser for the program. Yeah, like you've said many times on your show, Coach, we've never had this at Miami. He's the first coach to ever have these types of funding and players and involvement from the administration into the football program. We've never had this. We've never experienced this. So that counts for something. You know what I mean? Especially in today's day and age where call it for what it is. Money, money makes this sport go round.
Mhm.
So, and he's great at doing that. So we need my reasoning for locking him up is you want to have that guy as an asset, even if he's not the best X's and O's coach. He can hire, like he showed this past season and this season coming up, to hire smarter people. He's shown that. Now this defensive coordinator, the new DC, obviously we have to wait and see. But from all accounts, is that he's a very astute, smart defensive coordinator. So he's allowing these guys to come in the program and lead their respective sides of the ball. So, and that's another improvement for whereas the first two seasons he may have stuck his nose in places where he necessarily didn't have the capabilities to do so, but did anyway. This past season and now it seems that he's turned that corner and he's taken more seriously the role of recruiting. And, the transfer portal, like you said on your show, Coach, who's done better than Mario in the transfer portal? Maybe like another school or two. But again, top 5. He's a top 5 guy in recruiting, top 10 in recruiting. He's been a top 5 guy in the portal the last 2 years. And I don't think that it's going to stop. I think that this is just the beginning. And you said it on your credit to you. He had to get rid of Manny's players. He did it the right way. And most people's, he didn't just come in and gut the whole roster that maybe you and I wanted, that, maybe another coach did in another school. But he did it the right way because he didn't want to ruin those relationships with high schools. And I completely understood the politics behind that. So, again, he's done an A+ job. Again, he's done an A job, maybe not an A+. Like you said, he needs the wins to come. But now I think we will start seeing these wins come. Next year we got another quarterback who's a 5-star, should be Darion Coleman. We got this kid Cantwell, the #1 player in the nation. It's not going to stop with Mario. It's not like, okay, he's going to kick his feet up now and just say, okay, I'm good. This guy, this is like crack to him. This is like his cocaine. He loves this stuff. Like this is only going to ignite him more. And lastly, Coach, you and I both know the more successful you are in any profession, the longer you are at that, means your price tag only goes up. The longer you don't have a deal. So if next year he comes in and let's say gets us to the ACC championship game and we win the ACC, you might have to pay another $1 million or $2 million per year just because of that. And you could have had that deal done before.
So let me say
how it is in the NFL where they go ahead.
No, I was just say a couple of things. Because first of all, he's got a 10-year deal, 2032. Is that what it is? $8 million for 10 years.
Is it a 10-year? I think is it 8 year or is it a 10
no,
year?
No, $8 million. $80 million, 10 years. He got a 10-year deal. He's only going into year 4.
Right.
So $80 million. He's making $8 million a year. $80 million for 10 years. I will be retired before his contract ends. I'll be retired.
10 years.
I know, but I was just telling you. So it may be too early to extend them right now. It may be too early to extend them. That's one. So here's my second thing. I talk about, and I'll just call them, for lack of a better term, CEO coaches. CEO coaches are coaches that don't specialize one side of the ball, meaning play callers, coordinators. I just call them CEO coaches. I don't want to disrespect them. It's like game manager, game changers. They're both effective. They just go about it a different way. You said Mario Cristobal has gotten better this year.
I did.
Okay. Here's my question. CEO coaches are, to me, are like parents. I'm not sure if you have kids or not, Muhammad, but just follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
I don't,
but sometimes you can let children do things and you can let them fail because the ultimate goal is a learning experience. Even though they failed, they learned something from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes you have to step in and intervene because the lesson learned can be deadly. Follow me now. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
For example, if a kid breaks an egg, it's not the end of the world. But what did he learn? That shell is fragile and I have to be more careful with it. Fair?
Right.
But if a kid takes a fork to the electric socket, you can't let him learn that lesson.
Right.
Because it'll become deadly. Does that make sense?
Right. No, absolutely.
So the CEO coach is like a parent. There's times you can let your coaches, meaning coordinators, go out and experiment a little bit and fail, but it's not deadly. But then there's times where you must intervene so the team doesn't die, i.e. Syracuse. You get where I'm going?
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
And so what we got, I feel, last year was, okay, previously people felt that he stuck his nose in where it shouldn't have been. Right? Cool.
Right.
This year, people felt he pulled back and let his coaches coach. But at what point do you let the first mate run the ship and become the Titanic and run it straight into the iceberg? Or do you say, first mate, our matey, starboard bound? You get where I'm going with this? At some point, you have to step in and say, hey, man, I don't give a damn. Run the damn ball.
Right.
Prime example. Very rarely have I seen Nick Saban step in to an offensive coordinator. He lets them coach when he was coaching at Alabama. Very rarely do you see him intervene. But you know one person he really intervened on? Yes.
Was it what's his name? The coach from Ole Miss now? He's the head coach.
Damn right. And he ripped it. He ripped him a new one.
Yeah, well, I forgot he can't get his
Lane
name. The one that he
Kiffin.
wanted to be.
Lane Kiffin.
There you go. Lane Kiffin. Yeah, there you go. Lane Kiffin.
Because at the end of the day, the CEO coach is there to protect the team or to protect the kid, for lack of a better term. If you follow my example. So I say all that to say about Cristobal was when we got to the Syracuse, because here's how deadly it was. We had to win one of two of those games. We had already lost to Georgia Tech. So now the Syracuse game was you win, you end, you lose, you're out. That we knew. It wasn't no, we could have waited on the committee but it was literally in the destiny. Our destiny was in our hands. And so I'm saying all that to say, at some point, I'm like, when are you going to intervene and say, run the goddamn ball?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. That part was disappointing. So I mean, I understand what you're saying. I guess I'm believing that he will take that next step as to what you're saying, as to turn that button on and turn it off. When like you're saying, to stop the bleeding, control the bleeding. Before it gets out of hand, things like that. With the improvement he made last season, I'm believing in that he will take that next step as to what you're saying, is to be that, successful CEO, the one who runs the ship in charge and knows everything, all the ins and outs. I think he is getting to that point, Coach. I don't think he's there yet. I will admit that, but I think he's making steps in that regard. So that's the only reason why I say to extend him. And my reasoning also for that is we haven't had a coach, make these kinds of steps and improvement in a long time. You know, I mean, I mean,
Mhm.
for whatever reason, for all the other coaches that didn't succeed, and we can go down that list, and that'll be a long conversation. But like, he's one of the one. I mean, I can't. I mean, he's one of the. Him and Mark Rick were the only ones that really took steps forward in the last. I mean, I can say it's 15 years or 15, 16 years. You know what I mean, Coach? So that's my reason is believing.
But I
in
can't
his
say
vision.
that. Can I say this? I hate
Yeah.
to say this.
Go ahead.
I can't say that. You hold on. You saying Mario has taken big steps,
Yeah,
but
I
I
think
can't.
so. Yeah.
But in all honesty, I hate to say this, and I'm gonna sound like a pure hater right now, but I'm not. I can't say that.
No, you.
I can say that he has brought in some big name players and big time, but the results. Mark Rick went 10. He won 10 games. Hell, at least he went to the damn championship game.
No, you're right. No,
No,
no.
but I'm
I
saying.
get what you're saying. He's yeah. No,
So when I
get what
say
you're
he's
saying.
made
not
big
at-
steps in the past 15, 16 years, and I know this is gonna sound bad, and I don't want it to sound that way, but I gotta be honest. He hasn't done anything different than what has been done in the past 15, 16 years. He went 5-7, he went 7-5, he went 10-2.
Coach, we've only had 2-10-2 seasons in the last like 15, 16 years. That was 17 with Mark Rick and this past year. That's what I'm saying. He's made. I understand what you're saying. I get what I'm saying. He's making for us in this program and what we've been, as bad as that may sound. He's made some big steps for our program, from what we've been the last 15, 16 years. If we want to be real with ourselves, 2017 and this past season is the only double-digit win season we've had since 2003.
That's fair. Nothing wrong with that. That is super fair. There is nothing wrong with what you're saying. Nothing wrong with what you're saying. But can I say this? Yeah, what I'm saying is he is on par with what we've had. When people talk about Mark Rick came in and went 9-4, 10-3, 7-6.
Right. No, I
right.
thought Mark was doing an awesome job. Yeah, but his health failed him in the end. So that was, not his fault or anything like that. But that was the unfortunate, thing about, his health was that defeated him, that forced him to retire. I think if Mark was in great health, I don't know if Mario Cristobal is even our head coach.
That's fair. But I'll say this last thing. But here's what else I'll say. I'm not saying that Mario Cristobal can't exceed these expectations. But as of right now, he has done, I think, what at minimum to be expected. Because here's another thing that we're leaving off. He's also done what he's done with the most resources at his disposal. He has the transfer portal. None of these other guys had the transfer portal. He has the money. They're spending the money in the transfer portal. They're building buildings. Mark Rick came out his damn pocket to build an 80-yard field. Not even 100.
Right.
Like, damn, dog, we're a little short here, y'all.
But Coach, that's also, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's also my point for wanting to keep Mario, is that we have a school now that actually believes in a guy that never believed in nobody before to do half of what they're doing. And that's the reason why I don't want to get rid of them, because they're going to keep believing in them and keep funding them. And because I don't believe that this program is going to do it for another guy.
Fair statement. You know what? That's a very fair statement. Here's my last thing I'll say, Muhammad, because it's backing up back here like I-95. I got about 12 people in the chat.
I bet. I didn't mean to take up too much of your
No,
time.
you good. Hey, man, Muhammad.
Yeah.
You're part of the team, baby. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Here's my last thing I'll say to you, brother. This year, believe this or not, this year, I believe, changes the love affair between the school and the coach. Here, follow me real quick.
I hear you.
If he doesn't meet expectations on their behalf, Because at the end of the day, it's business. How long do you want me to keep funding your dream when Pittsburgh, Boston College, who else in the dog? North Carolina State, they're not getting the same funding we giving y'all. And they up here with 10 win records and they playing in the same conference. And bro, we don't even play. Again, we don't play the gangsters this year. We don't play at North Carolina. We don't even play a damn Duke University. We don't play none of these people that give us headaches.
No, I understand.
So I think the love affair, as you're saying, to your point, and I think you make a very valid statement. Who's going to support what? Like the school is supporting those people, right?
Right.
It's now been 3 years. We went and paid money for Carson Beck. We heard about that. I don't know. I'm not here to say what they paid, but let's just say the $4 million is true. Fine.
Yeah, I mean that's irrelevant.
But whatever. No, but it is relevant because they paid something. My point is
right. No, but I'm saying everybody's paying. So
No. Right. But what we're saying is, I'm not talking about paying. This is what I said about Jackson Cantwell. I don't care that he paid. I don't care if they paid Jackson Cantwell $50 million.
Right.
As long as I get a return on investment. And if you're winning 10 games and sitting on the couch playing in the damn Pinstripe Bowl, that is not a return on my investment.
No, I completely agree and understand what you're saying. I just go ahead.
No, I'm saying, that's where business people start saying, hey, bro, we paid Cam. Yeah. Cool. We paid Mark. We paid Jordan Lyle. We just paid allegedly $2 million some dollars to this Jackson Cantwell. We just paid Carson Beck $4 million. Mind you, all the other people getting NIL deal. Oh yeah, que pasa, man? I need something.
I guess I'm believing in the vision, and I think he will. I think we will. I'm believing in it, and I'm believing in it. Talent, as every coach like yourself has always said, talent is the most important thing, and this guy can field a very talented team. So I'm believing in that his talented roster will overcome. So we'll see. We'll see.
No, 100%. And here's our last thing I'll say. I got to run. Like I said, as long as I get a return on investment, I'm cool. No problem. But here's what I'll tell you. Bowl games are not return on investment. Multi-millionaires don't need a free PlayStation 5. Multi-millionaires don't need. You know what they need? They need something that nobody else has. National championship rings, conference championship rings, because they get a ring as well. See what I'm saying? Like when they go to their meeting, they can put their finger up and be like, see that you right there, baby? That's a national champ. You can't buy these. I could buy a PlayStation 5. I could buy Pop-Tarts. I could buy a whole case of Pop-Tarts every week. You get what I'm saying?
So, I think we're getting that ACC championship ring this year, Coach. I think we're going to get it this year. I'm going to speak it into existence. I think we're going to be ACC champs. You watch.
I love it, man. Well, let's do it, man. Muhammad, I love it, man. Appreciate you, dog, as always. And
always,
we're going to make it happen.
Great one, Coach.
Hey, man, I got to catch you at a game this year. I got to catch you at a game. Where are you located, man?
We got to.
Where you located?
I definitely. I'm going to be in section 234.
No, I'm saying, but where are you located? I know last time we talked, I think you were in the Lakewood area.
Right now, I'm actually in Tampa, Coach. Right now, I'm actually in Tampa, so I'm not far from you. Actually,
all right, man.
Right now, I'm in Tampa.
Hillsborough,
but in a few months here, I'll be. You already know I'll be getting on that ride soon somewhere else.
All right, man. Well, stay safe out there, man, and keep doing what you're doing, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, Coach. You have a great show.
You too, man. Thanks, brother. All right, man. Shout out to Muhammad in the building, man. All right, we backed up on the lines here. So I got to run through this thing. I hate to do this. 9093 coming to you. You got 3 minutes, brother. I hate to cut y'all short, but it's backing up over here, man. 9093, call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Ian, man. I'm calling from Port St. Lucie. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. What's your name, brother?
Ian.
Okay, Ian. Thank you, man. Talk to us. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man. Real quick. Your namesake. Is he okay? I know he had that bad accident. Is he okay?
From my understanding, Darius Hayes, there's actually no relation, but I call him nephew. I talked about it earlier in the show. They did release him from the hospital from the accident. I don't know who's at fault. They just said it was an accident. I don't know if he was speeding. I don't know any of those details. But they did release him. But unfortunately, 3 people have passed away from the accident, and another gentleman was hospitalized that was in the other car. So I think he was in the car by himself. Yeah.
Man, 3 years to the day, something like that happened to me, and I'm alive. So,
oh wow,
I feel that pain.
Yes, sir.
Also, I think getting Cantwell is a big first step in terms of star power to get more trench mafia to come in to the team. I think this is where we have to start. I just want us to go get Cannon and the other kid from IMG, get that running back from down in South Florida, and start running the ball, Coach Hayes. Run the ball.
I mean, I'll say this. As much as people like to throw it around the yard, you still got to be able to run the ball to win big games. You can win games, but to be consistent, because throwing is not going to always be on point. It's not going to always be clicking. You know what I mean? The weather could be bad. The quarterback could be off. The blocking could be off. But if you run the ball, you'll always have a chance. If you can do it consistently, you'll always have a chance to overcome bad things that could happen in games. You know what I mean? So I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, and and I know this is not going to be a popular statement, but as good as Cam was, if we ran the ball more last year, we win some of them games, man. I know he won games for us. I'm not taking that away, but I really feel like some of the games that we lost, if we had run a little bit more, I think we would have had a chance, Coach.
So here's what I'll say
we
to
had the
you.
horses.
So here's what I'll say to you. I'm agreeing, but not because of the reason I think you're thinking. I agree if we run the ball more, we keep the ball out of the other offense's hands. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'm talking about like the Georgia Tech game.
Or the Syracuse. But yeah.
Or the Syracuse game. We was up in Syracuse. We was up 3 touchdowns.
Right.
And we stopped running the ball. And we got Lyle and come on, man, Martin. Come on. We had too much horses. We up by 3 touchdowns. Just run the ball. Keep running the ball until they stop you. And then you got Cam Ward. So if they stop the run, guess what? They're selling out. Guess what? We kill them.
It is.
But hindsight is 2020.
True story. There it is, man.
All right, I'll holler at you later, Coach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Ian, for calling, man. Thank you, brother. All right, that's a great call. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this next call. By the end of this next call, I'm going to lock the phone line. So if you want to call in, please do so right here, right now, 862-799-9956. Please feel free to call in, discuss what you feel about Cantwell, Jackson Cantwell, the number 1 offensive tackle. I believe he's now ranked as the number 3 offensive player overall in the class. Tomato, tomato. At this point, we make it happen. I got Dub City. I know you say you wanted to go last, so I'll make sure you last. T from Baltimore, then Neckbone. T from Baltimore, what's up, baby?
Yo.
What's going on, man? Talk to me.
What's happening, brother? Hey, man, shout out to Mario Cristobal and Miami Hurricanes. Y'all over there really establishing a culture. Imagine that. Imagine that, bro.
Hey, T. Ain't nothing like that orange and green, baby. Not that other color.
Look, look. Hey, y'all got what a lot of college teams dream they had, a culture, and that's what Mario doing. And then Cam put the good word on y'all and said that he didn't learn protections until he got to Miami.
Yeah. It's all about you, baby. So, come on, stay with us. Stay with us.
So you know what I mean? This pickup was huge, man.
Hey,
this was huge.
All I'm gonna say is T. Listen, all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let you ride out. Mario Cristobal sitting in his office like this with the Rick Ross hand rub. You know how Rick Ross always did this in every music video? That's how Mario's
Yeah.
sitting there like that, like this right now, with the hand rub. Ride out, player. Talk to us.
I ain't mad at him, man. But you know, he building the team the right way, building it from the inside out.
Mhm.
That's how I think it should be built. You know, it's other guys, other places that go from the outside in, but I think he's doing it the right way from the inside out because he always gonna be able to keep a quarterback. He always gonna keep a quarterback. Cam was never under the tent, and I don't think his next few quarterbacks gonna be under the blue tent at any time. Them boys gonna have all day. Make a ham sandwich, call their mother, make another ham sandwich, and then find somebody open downfield. So I applaud him. I applaud him, man. This was a good pickup. That was a gauntlet. And y'all was up against some stiff competition. That boy had a lot of offers on the table, man.
And I mean, think about it. Those top 3 schools, with all due respect to those schools, I mean, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon. How do you say no to those 3 schools that not only are winning big, but they also were putting people in the league? Let's call it what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, but
that's true. But Mario is he talking that language though? You know what I mean? He talked O-line. He talked that talk to him. And like you say, he knocking on the door, shaking hands, kissing babies, and then you know he giving you his rendition of what he feel like O-line play is and how he pushing guys to the league. That's hard to turn down, regardless of the money and the biggest stage or smaller. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, I'm gonna develop you into this. We take 5 stars and we turn them into first round draft picks. So what you want to do? Because you can go to these other places and you get caught up in the wash. Everybody's a 5-star. But what they doing with them? They get them drafted, but they going 3rd, 4th, 5th. You come on down, bring yourself on down to Miami. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn you into a first round draft pick. Sure, it's simple. We're gonna pay you. The weather's nice, and you're gonna get right in the league. And we're gonna have somebody throwing that pill down the field that's like that.
There it is.
Because whether we get them from the transfer portal, you're gonna be hard pressed to find Miami with a bad quarterback in the next 3 years, 3-4 years.
I guess here's my only question I say about that, T, is when do we let the young boys play, or do we keep going back for the next best thing in the portal? That's the only, like, when do you stop the revolving door of Cam Ward, Carson Beck, and then does next year, you know, T from Baltimore jumps in the portal and we over jump the people that's in the room already, or do we say, hey, let that guy go and we trust the room we have? That's the soap opera I'm waiting for right now. Like, you know, you'd be like, next week on As the World Turn, next week on As the U Spins, who's gonna be the quarterback? That's the only question I got.
Well, Steve Sarkisian showed y'all how to do it. You wait until you get a man, and then you develop him for 2 years. Tell them the game plan, and like, hey man, in 2 years you're gonna get the keys, bro. And we're gonna sprinkle you in here and there, so you're gonna get your name and fame up.
Yeah, but
and there it is.
So to that point, we got a guy named Luke Nickel. Everybody's high on Emory Williams. He get the loyalty award from me. He need to put an L on his jersey for loyalty, maybe not leader, but for loyalty. Right now, Luke Nickel comes. This will be his first year. Well, Carson Beck is here. Right? Watch this. Just follow me right quick. Yeah. Carson Beck is here. He's gone. He's one and done. Do you say, hey, Luke, T from Baltimore, a little better than you right now, a little more seasoned. I'm going to bring him in. Right?
So
yeah, hold on, but follow this. Because that same scenario just happened to Emory Williams. Emory Williams was a freshman. They brought in Cam Ward. Okay, cool. Then they bring in Carson Beck. I'm just waiting to see how this thing plays out. I don't have an opinion. I'm just waiting to see how this thing play out, bro.
But it's easy though, Coach, because it depends. If y'all go out there and win let's say y'all win 8 or 9 games. That's going to open the door up for the young boy. If y'all win 10, 11, go to the playoffs, win a game or two, then y'all got to bring a vet in. It's that simple.
I don't know though, T.
The pressure's on. You can't go back.
But T, if you go and win 8 or 9 games and you got a young boy that never started and you got a hot hand out there right now, do you risk winning 7 or 8 games with the young boy? Or do you say, I take the hot hand so he can get us back to 10 wins? Think about what you just said now. If you go out there and win 8 or 9 games, you go with the young boy. Okay, but you don't really know what the young boy has. So then you say, hey, I got a T from Baltimore out there. And he put up 4,000 yards last year. And he did da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do I say, will the fan base be willing for me to go with the young boy and we still win 75 games? Or T from Baltimore out here with 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, seven interceptions is available. See what I'm saying? It's always
but this the thing though. That ain't gonna stop you from still getting what you want out the portal, because at the end of the day, it's still gonna be competition. Mario ain't giving nothing out unless you prove it. So that's a given. So if you on the cusp, if you all right, then yeah, he might bring you in for some competition. He might bring a T from Baltimore in for competition. If I win, I win. But this young man got the leg up. He already been here. He know what the culture is. He know the playbook before me. He got every advantage to him.
I hear you.
He got to win the job.
I hear you. We've been through that already. I'm just interested to see. You're not wrong, but I don't think you're right. I don't think I'm wrong, but I also know I'm not right because I don't know. So we'll find out, man. But see, I got to run.
But this the big.
But go ahead.
Hold on, but let me make this point real quick. This the main thing. One thing's for sure. Two things for certain. We're gonna have the best O-line in college football.
Miami, that is Miami.
Miami. You understand what I'm saying? So Miami gonna have the best O-line in college football because that's what he pushing towards. Because you getting guys that's high school coming out ready.
Okay.
That young man y'all picked up, shorty ready. He ready to go.
Hold on now, T. I heard some real. Hold on now, T. I heard some. You said we got the best line in college football. That's why I had to clarify. You mean Miami? You said yeah. Then you came back and said, hold up. Then you came back and said, hold on, T. Then you came back and said, hold on, T. Because one thing about these big old ears, they listen extremely well. See, they huge. Then you came back and said, y'all got a good pickup. So which one is it, T? Are you with us or are you against us?
Look, listen. Y'all already know I'm an inherent Miami fan because y'all gave us Ray Lewis. Don't play with me. Stop that. You gave us Ed Reed, gave us Wilson Gahee. I can keep going on down the list of all the Miami players that helped me celebrate in my city. Because you know when the Ravens win the Super Bowl, nobody get killed in my city. So I love it. Those was 2 days, no deaths and no crime really happened in my city. I just want you to know that. That's a statistical fact.
Yes, sir.
You can go look it up. So I'm an inherent Miami fan. Plus, I know a guy with actually eligibility just in case. Things don't. But anyway, moving on. What I'm saying is, if y'all got the best O-line in college football, you always gonna be able to keep two things: a good running back and a good quarterback at all times. It's always gonna be competitive back there, so you can't even worry about that.
I got you. All right, well there it is, man. Let me get Neckbone on here, and then Dub City say he wanted to holler at me, so I'm gonna let him go last, and we're gonna make it happen, man.
All right, brother.
Hey, quick question though. I ain't talked to you, T. Remember that accident they had on the bridge up there? They ever got that all rectified? How did that work out?
Nah, man. They still doing their thing. They still figuring it out.
They still trying to figure it out, huh? Golly.
Yeah, man. It was 2 miles. 2 miles of bridge. They got to build it back right.
Well, I mean, they got all the scraps and stuff out there. I guess they got it all up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they doing their thing.
So that's still all closed down then. So how did I'm not talking football, but so all the traffic got to be rerouted and all that. How do they work all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. They just going a different route. That's all. It's just another way to get around. You just gotta go around the water.
Gotcha. That's why I'm finna get me a hell of a cop though. You know why?
Hey, I ain't
Cause
mad
I'm
with
so
you. With all that
fly.
money y'all spending down there, I'm surprised you ain't already got one.
Cause I'm so fly. All right, well, we're gonna talk. Hey, I know that date coming up. Don't think I ain't see it. Well,
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, you're gonna see it live and in color. When you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, I see why they was on it.
okay.
I see. My bad. I see.
I like it.
see.
I like it. I like it. All right, Chief, you good, man. For sure. All right, man. That's T from Baltimore. We got Neckbone and we got Dub City. I'm finna go ahead and lock this thing up.
The conference has been locked.
All right, here we go. Said Netbone has switched back to Miami fan now. Coach, hey man, Netbone, that's my man. Netbone, talk to us. What's up with you, baby?
Going on, man? What's going on? And I'm not a Miami fan at all. I'm a USC Trojans fan, man. To the
Hold
death
up.
of me, and I ain't changing no more.
Hold up.
But
Now
I
you
have,
go. Wait a minute,
I,
now Netbone. You done brought your behind
uh-oh.
on this show and said you was a Miami fan and you took the oath. Am I right or wrong?
I sure did.
And now you don't. Just because I done took you in the
Yep.
kitchen and cooked you up a little bit, that don't mean you gotta hate the Miami Hurricane. Take this too with you.
I had to go to the transfer portal. I had to go.
I told
It
you
was,
already. Listen, we'll let you in, but we're gonna jump you out. You understand that? You know what, man? Matter of fact,
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
man, I had to get my money, man. I can't roll with Cristobal after what he did last year. But I actually called in with a solution.
man, turn your vibrator off.
My bad.
You over there vibrate, man. You got to put some AA batteries in that thing, man. You better. I don't know. We don't get down like that over here. I'm glad you left.
No diddy.
That man over here vibrating up. Man, get that crap out of here, man.
You gonna let y'all know what the solution is to y'all problem? Because
you ain't a K fan. What difference do it make?
I'm gone, but I still see from the outside in, and he's like my brother drown. I can't let my brother drown. I gotta throw my brother a rope. So I called in with solution. Would you like to hear it, brother Coach Hayes?
If it's the same solution you got for USC, because they show a little over there drowning. They just doing it in the Pacific Ocean. We in the Atlantic Ocean. That's all. But go ahead, talk to me.
Okay, so I did my research, right? I know y'all got Carson Beck coming in, right? But I've seen those guys at Georgia. They had successful seasons with Carson Beck under center. So I'm looking at the schedule because I watched a lot of Miami games last year because I was a fan, a part of the Miami Hurricanes nation. But I also seen my boy Mark Fletcher, and salute to the guy y'all just got for the next year to come to the O line. I feel like that's a good piece that y'all added. But my main thing is this: to my boy Mark Fletcher out there, if you don't get in Coach Cristobal's ear and say, hey man, every time you gave me over 10 carries, I either scored or I either had over 70 yards and we won. And they had Martinez back there. So my whole thing last year was I was telling you, Coach Hayes, in the Discord, I was saying it would be better if they had Mark Fletcher back there because that man is an animal. You got to get him over 15 carries because that right there, that saves your whole season. If they give Mark Fletcher the ball 15 times this year, every game, they're going to win. You don't want to put full control into Carson Big and let him wreck the ship. All you got to do is hand the ball off. And I know you said about coaching and him letting his staff get the wheel and drive it off the cliff, but you don't have to. Good coaches, they utilize the players they got. Fred Brown came into town and whooped Miami like a bad stepchild because he utilized the players he had, and this year he's going to be even more difficult to beat because let's just say he had a Mike Fletcher. Mike Fletcher, that game they lost, he had 13 carries, 46 rushing yards, but it was a close game. But every other game they won. It's like, why are you not utilizing the big dog that y'all got to secure these easy wins? Y'all not playing nobody in the SEC. Why is he getting 7 carries for 23 yards versus Florida? I mean, it don't matter, but he didn't get 11 carries until y'all played Cal. And they gave him them carries late game. 11 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. After that, 13 carries, 73 yards, 1571, 1265. Then you go to Georgia Tech and lose, and you give him the ball 4 times, and he only get 12 yards. Then next week, you give him six carries of 55 yards, and then you lose to Flan Brown, and you give him the ball. He get 13 carries, 46 yards, but he got 2 TDs, and he ain't even started. I'm like, man, this is a simple solution for Miami to go undefeated next year. We could say all the speculation. We could blame Cristobal, but he got to get his head out of his ass and just simply run the ball. Give Mark Fletcher the ball.
I agree. I don't disagree with anything you said, even though I heard half of it. I was asleep, but I mean, I agree.
Oh man, that's it, Coach Hayes. I mean, I called in to talk about Miami. I wasn't calling in to talk about old Dion tonight. I was calling in to throw my brothers a rope, because you're draining, man. You sink it. You going to the bottom of the ocean if you don't do right by Mark Fletcher.
I agree with you. I think we've all said that. I clearly even said that they should have ran the ball in the Syracuse and the Georgia Tech game. So I agree with that.
That's the equivalent to Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry type of running back. You got to feed those type of guys.
I could agree.
But that's all, Coach Hayes, man. I'm gonna let somebody else get it. Shoot, I honestly, I feel like y'all don't even got nobody in the way. I mean, SMU and Clemson, they ain't nobody. They ain't got the talent y'all got out there in Miami. Y'all should be able to sweep the ACC.
I agree. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm going 12-0.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like
doing.
that for a minute, man.
I'm
Y'all
going,
hot right now.
I'm going 12-0.
Yeah.
What you think? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I feel like Mario Cristobal got enough sense to look at film and see what impact Mark Fletcher had and give him the ball. I mean, you can't go wrong by that.
Bro, we don't even. Can I tell you something funny? We don't even play Clemson. We don't even play Clemson this year.
Nope. Or SMU.
We play SMU this year.
Oh, y'all got this. Okay. But my thing is that Louisville game and Louisville, Syracuse, and Virginia Tech, late Virginia Tech. I feel like if y'all don't do right by Mark Fletcher, man, and you try to get in a battle with that quarterback Virginia Tech, Carson Beck, I feel like it might get ugly, man. Y'all had to beat them only 38-34 last year, man. You can't sleep on that. You can't sleep on that Louisville team either, no. Wake up over there, Coach Hayes. But that's it, man. I'm just calling in, talk around my mouth, man. I'm finna clock in and wheel this stuff up, man, for my supervisor and head back to the house. Give me a cold piece of watermelon, man.
Hey, Neckbone, you know what? My neck. My back. You all right with me, Neckbone, man? You cool people, bro. You all right?
Man, you might be my cousin, man. I asked you a question in the comments the other day of my great grandmother. She was a Hayes from Georgia. So if you got any family for Georgia, man, we might be related, man.
Maybe, man. I think. What part of Georgia? Sandersville?
Savannah.
I believe it's by Sandersville. In Sandersville, Georgia, by Savannah? Might be. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what Sandersville, Georgia is. God dang on keyboard. Bachelor. Rice on peas. Hold up. Sandersville, Georgia. Let's find out what Sandersville, Georgia is. Nope. No, that says Andersville. Why doesn't it say Sandersville? Sandersville.
My third great grandmother is a Hayes.
Sandersville, Georgia. Is Sandersville, Georgia by Savannah? No, not even close. Sandersville, Georgia is north. Yeah. Well, can't say it's not close, but yeah, it's up. But people travel. But I'm gonna find out, man. But we'll see.
We're gonna find out, man. But I'm gonna let somebody get us on here.
Yeah, I
man.
got Dub City in the building. AK is anything is everything. Same person, one and the same. I gotta take this phone.
I gotta
number
say though before I leave, man.
Oh man,
Go Trojan, man. Fight on.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this: Go Trojan, and stop sticking your head in the wrong place. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Bye.
All right, I'll let you be.
Hey, cover yourself before you go in. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Talking about Go Trojan. Get that dude out of here. Yeah, matter of fact, slap this kid. Mother. It's out of here. Anyway, Dub City. This is gonna be good. You the last one. Oh Lord. Old school, you still back there? Hold
The
on.
conference has been unlocked.
Old school, you still in there? Hey, this dude like the furniture, man. He won't go away. Old school, get out of here, man. I'm gonna lock you.
The conference has been locked.
I don't know what old school talk about. All right, Dub City, talk to us.
What's good, Coach?
I'm good, man. I need that hundo though. I need that hundo. I was on time.
You got it. You got it. Let me tell you something. If I still had my chime card, I would send it to you, huh? But my wife, she found out I was on here. She thought I was cheating, right? So I was on here looking at, the Kendra G, the singles thing. She think I was on here looking at thinking I was single looking for women. And I'm like, no, it's a YouTube channel that I was looking at. So we had a falling out, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. Well, we didn't have a falling out. I just had to show her, like, look, it's a YouTube channel called Singles. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. And she was like, oh, okay. So
hold on, wait. Hold on, wait, Doug. Hold on, you the last caller. Wait a minute, Doug. I just need some background. Hold on, wait. Let's not. So you were watching a YouTube channel called Singles.
Yeah, it's Kendra G Singles.
I don't know who
where
Kendra G
it'd be
is.
a lot of single. No, because the women on there be talking all crazy stuff like they got about 10 kids and been married, and then they about 40, 50, whatever. Then they want a guy that got 100,000, make $1 million a year to take care of them. That's what it's about.
I know, but hold on. How did she know you were
like
watching it? You were donating to the show?
Yeah, because I will put in, you know how you do the super chats?
Okay.
I will put in there and talk mess. So it came back on my Google stuff, and she got in there and she seemed like, what is this money you getting to these singles people? So it was like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. That's why because you remember I was because I was using the child card to do my little mess off stuff, my little side stuff, right? That's why I not unsubscribe, like to join your show. That's why I undid that, because you find out about the child card because I was trying to hide it. But then she got on there. I didn't know how to I didn't know it was going to my emails, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So she got on there and looked at it. I'm like, oh shoot. Cause I'm talking about, like, honest God, too. I'm in the bathroom pissing. And she said, oh, so she come in there. She's like, oh, so you single now? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, who is you getting this money to these single people for, trying to find a girlfriend? And I'm like, no, baby. It's a YouTube channel. Like it's no. She was like, oh, okay. So I came and showed her, and then she was like, oh, okay. So that's how that went.
So what? Hold on. So last question about this, and we can talk about. Hold on, I got to get my thoughts together. So when she saw the bill or the email or whatever it was that says Singles, she tore up the chime card, like they disconnected. How did that work? What happened, bro?
No, she said, well, you better get off this stuff and all this. Well, she didn't say you better.
Yes, she did.
She was like, yeah.
Stop. Hey,
well,
hold up, Doug. Yes, she did. She said, you better get off. And you like, okay, baby. I know you on here and you trying to be. She said, you better get off it. Tell the truth and shame the devil. What
I'm
she said.
saying she did. I'm
okay.
not gonna lie.
Okay. I knew it. Yup. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, dog. I'm ready.
But the thing, the thing about ain't nobody trying to, because I'm married and you can't get on that show unless you not married. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing like that. But hell yeah, I'm in a happy marriage. Yeah, when she tell me to jump, I ain't gonna say hi.
You
But
gonna
just
say
like when I tell her, hey, she do the same thing.
she must be asleep right now. She ain't listening to the show. You talking real greasy.
No,
right
she's
now.
not. She's not here. She's not here.
Oh,
That's
she
why
not.
I'm here. Yeah, that's why I'm on here. But yeah. So that's what happened to my time card. She found out about it. Cause like I would use it to like cause we got joint bank accounts and stuff. So I would use it. I do my little go to the casino and spend my little couple $1,000, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like not paying for no booty and nothing like that, just a gamble whip, you know what I'm saying, and
This too much.
all of that little stuff.
Listen, man. Hey, Dub, I appreciate you, dog. I needed that laugh. Listen, can I tell y'all something? I hate when I miss like the shows. I had to take care of some stuff. But when I come back, man, this is the kind of stuff that make it all worth it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Y'all cats are awesome, bro. Y'all cats are awesome. All right, Dub, let's talk this thing out, man. You got me over here dying, man. Your wife done thought you was cheating. She told you better get rid of it.
Well, I want you to understand this, Coach. You can't before we talk about football, and then like I said, I want to talk to you some stuff offline or whatever. Because you can't disappear, like that. Like I said in when you put out the video and stuff, and it's like, Coach, man, James Brown is the harder working man in show business, and he ain't never took no vacation. You can't take no vacation either.
Can I tell you this?
So
James Brown took a vacation when they put his behind in jail. Am I right?
Well, I don't want you to go to jail though.
And that's why I wasn't on the show last week.
But you gotta say something. Hey guys, I'm gonna disappear for a minute and I'll be back.
That's fair. You know what? You're 100% right. I got to put that in the community tab. That's
I'm gonna tell you like this right here, because I always tell people like this right here. I'm always right until I'm wrong. All right. So I'm right about that. But yeah, you got to do better. Like
yes,
you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm sitting on here and I don't even really get on here that much. But I'm sitting on here, okay, what Coach Hayes got to say about this? What Coach Hayes got to say about that? And it's like, damn, Coach Hayes.
I'm sorry, man. You're 100% right. I apologize.
Man, that hurt my feelings, because I felt like I needed to get on here and vent some, man. Like you can't do that.
My bad.
Can't do that. But anyway, I'm gonna say this because I ain't called to talk about football for real.
Let me give a dono love and then you can rock out. Muhammad for the $4.99 says great show. Smash the like button. Thank you, Muhammad, as always, man. Always showing love. Appreciate you, my brother. And Black Butterfly, she checked me too. I saw it on the Discord. She asked if I was still alive, and yes, I am. I'm here in the flesh. I'm not AI. So now the floor is yours, my brother Dub. Rock on, rock out, brother.
Yeah, but for the people in the chat that don't know or whatever, like I travel a lot, and I take trips and and stuff like that a lot. So it's not that I'm out here messing around or nothing like that. I just, hell, if I want to go to the casino for a week, I'm going to the casino for a week. Hell, I'm going to Orlando. I'm going to Orlando from the 24th to the 31st. I do this go to Orlando probably about 5-6 times a year, stay down there a week. You know what I'm saying, and stuff. Like, yeah, it's all good. It's nothing like that. But what I was gonna say was to Neckbone. First of all, talking about we should have ran the ball in the Syracuse game. No, we wanted to see what Emory was about. That's why we didn't run the ball. But anyway, since I got that out, but Coach, I really want to talk about hog hunting. And stuff. Cause I got something, and stuff. Because we found us a hog.
Okay.
Jackson Cantwell is a hog. His footwork is like Michael Jackson, Urshel, and Chris Brown had a baby. If you seen his tape, yeah, but if you seen his tape, you will see even his dad told the coach before, in high school or whatever, like, I don't know what he gonna be, but he gonna be something.
Okay.
You know, his mom and dad was in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying, and stuff. So they knew he was gonna be something. They just didn't know what it was gonna be.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, his footwork is nasty, man. Like, and I'm not saying that just because he went, because he coming to Miami.
Right.
Like he gonna be a good player, and stuff. But yeah, coach, I want to that's all I'm gonna say about football or whatever. But so you can go ahead and wrap it up so we can actually talk. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, unless you want to say something about what I said. If you don't mind, so I know it's your show, and stuff. But hey,
Dub,
yeah, that's
man.
all I'm gonna say about football, though.
Listen, anything is everything in the chat. Same person, man. Much love to you, bro. I appreciate it. Listen, he said we got a haul. Here's what I'll say. I agree. I am happy with the pickup. I really am. This is where you have to start stacking these guys. And like I said before, you got to give Coach Cristobal his credit because he wasn't a steep competition. He has been ridiculed. I can't say ridiculed, but there's been some question about getting the top guys, the elite guys. And this is where it starts. But it didn't just start here. It has already started. He went and got a Francis Marino, right? Or Francis Marino, the old lineman. He was the number one tackle in the nation, right? But he's got to start stacking these things, and then you got to start producing, right? He's getting some of the top guys in the transfer portal to trust. Think about what we're saying, even about the transfer portal. You could talk about money. You could talk about whatever. But Cam Ward, this was his last shot. If he came out with a stinky season and let's just say it was a bad fit, he wouldn't be the number one pick. Just what it is. But they got him to believe in whatever Miami's selling back there. These cats are buying. Carson Beck, he's got 1 year to up his stock. And he believes in Miami can up his stock. So I don't know what they selling, whether it's snake oil or it's some legitimate protein. I don't care, but people are buying it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? You got top guys coming in. Now, that doesn't mean all of these guys are going to work out, but you had Damian Martinez come in, one of the top running backs in the portal. You had Tyler Barron come in, one of the top edge rushers in the portal. You had Mish Powell, one of the top DBs come in. I'm just saying, like, I got to give him his credit. I can't take anything away from him. So, with all that being said, I got Dub here on the back line. We're going to talk and chop it up. I don't know. He got him a new chime card or not. But anyway.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did get my no. And the other one was the white. I got a green one. So, yeah, I traded it in. Cause I'm going to tell you what I did. I told her somebody, heck, not where they didn't hack the kind. I told her somebody, what is it when they
hacked
when
it? They hacked you?
Yeah, they hacked it or stole the card and was trying to buy stuff. That's what I did. So I traded that in. The guy got me a green one. So I think everything should be fine. I just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And not
but
even
Doug,
try.
Can I just say this to you?
You know,
can I say this to you, Doug?
I'm listening.
You know this show live, right?
Yeah.
You know that she's not with you right now, but she could be watching this show because she knows you watch this show.
But Coach, the thing about it is everything I'm saying is the truth.
I know, but you just said
so. You
just gave up your secret.
Hold on. Even if she know I got a card or not, she know I ain't on that Kendrick G single stuff. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I gotta pull this up. Kendrick G single. Who the hell is Kendrick G?
Yeah.
Kendrick?
Like everything. Some chick, I don't even know who it is. She do like a dating show. And it just came across my thing one day, and I'm sitting there like, just checking it out or whatever. And then I'm like watching it, and then it's like, because she have men and women on there trying to find love is what it's supposed to be based on. But then I'm watching and I'm sitting there seeing all this stuff, the crazy stuff, the women demanding from the guy, and I'm sitting there like, you know what? Let me start sending the super chat in and tell them about themselves. Like, y'all are crazy asking for this, and then you got like it's crazy.
Well, shout out to her. She got a pretty good channel, man. She got 278,000 subscribers. That's all right. I never heard of it. Kendra G Singles Live. That's why you in trouble?
Yeah.
Bro, stop right there, Dub. It says, hold on. It says Kendra G Singles, the dating app. Then it says Google Play App Store. That's why you in trouble, because it's an actual doggone app.
But see, I never got on the app. I only watched it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. It came across my feed. You know how when you ain't, just sitting here and stuff come across your feed. So I'm like, what is this? So, and I already be hip to YouTube and what everybody be talking about and stuff like that. So I'm like, let me just get on here and see what this craziness these women talking about.
Well,
and they talking about the same thing everybody else react to, and stuff like that. So I was just watching it. And then how you, like I said, how you do your little cash thing and they read the look, how you do, same thing. How you do, you send your little $5, $100 in or whatever, they'll read the message, with everybody watching and stuff. So that's all it was. And when it came back on the bill thing that she seen on my email, it said something about singles, and I'm like, oh shit.
I love it.
So that's all it was. That's all it was.
With all that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Man, the WREs are coming out. I did Jackson Cantwell already, but it does say top 4 because it was prior to him actually committed. So if you have not seen my breakdown on his tape, please do so. There's also another running back we are in the market for. His name is Javion Lamar, but he goes by J-A-E Lamar. Super fast cat. Miami's in his top, I think, 5. His video just came out, I want to say yesterday. So make sure you check that out as well. All right. Hey, listen, we rolling, we rocking. We're going to see what it's all about. But with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. It's always about the U. The U is so special. I even changed it down. I'm supposed to go to the U tomorrow. Man, I did that thing today. I might do Colorado tomorrow. We'll see. Everybody talking about Shador, which I'm happy for the young man, but it was just saturated. So I said, man, let me talk about my beloved Miami Hurricanes. And that's exactly what I did. So with all that being said, appreciate y'all, man. All love. Thank you for everybody that donated tonight, man. Let me give y'all a quick shout out. Muhammad donated. Norman Fajuka. Rockin' Rant donated. The Juice donated. Falcon of TRX donated, man. Thank y'all so much for all of the love. And with all that being said, we up out of here. Peace. Man, that doggone boy Dove City done messed around and got caught with a digital chick. Boy, you better watch out, Dove. You better stop this, boy.
Coach, I didn't get caught. Like, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even doing that. It's about like you.
No, boy.
YouTube or whatever,
you done messed around, Dub. You done messed around and put your doggone gigabyte, your floppy disk in the hard drive. That's what you did. That's what you did now.
No, it ain't.